Fester, did I get this right that you are very unhappy with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees? Did I get your take accurately?
Yeah, I kind of am.
Yeah, I guess we'll go down the list later on, but yeah, Fester, did you send me something like, man, this list sucks? Or
Not only does the list suck,
yeah,
it delegitimizes the hall, in my opinion.
That happens every year.
I know, but it just seems like it's getting worse and worse.
the hall is delegitimized. All right. Anyway, the new inductees list of possibilities came out yesterday.
And I'm an enormous fan of a couple of these guys.
And Fester is so you're a fan, but you don't think that they should be inducted
Into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yes, I don't agree with their list.
All right. Well, listen, later on we'll go down the entire list. And, a couple of these, I'm like, wait a sec. Willie Nelson is, listen, he's a country.
That's my guy.
Well,
I love Willie
right.
Nelson.
Yeah.
My dad had me listening to On the Road Again since forever. I love Willie Nelson. He doesn't belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
He belongs in the Country Hall of Fame. He belongs in the Marijuana Hall of Fame.
Well,
I think he belongs in the Old Money the IRS Hall of Fame.
Yes, you have Willie Nelson
Right.
in one area, you have Wesley Snipes in another, and you have Wayne Newton in another.
Hold on. Willie Nelson, he had IRS troubles, right?
Oh, he did a whole tour just to pay the IRS.
Oh, that's right.
off.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember.
Willie's so old, he's had like 5 or 6 problems with the IRS.
When I think of Willie Nelson, I don't think of On the Road Again. I think of IRS problems. And,
IRS seizing your assets. Yes.
yeah, so his assets were seized, right?
Mm-hmm.
They took everything.
Are you looking that up right now?
Yeah.
They pushed him off of his tractor during the raid. Harvesting marijuana.
He could also be in a facial hair hall of fame too, right?
Sure. A legendary beard on Willie Nelson.
Speaking of IRS seizures, I remember Red Fox. Remember, I'm having a heart attack, Red Fox. Didn't they take his toilet out of his house or something? Did they? I think they seized his toilet or something.
Poor Red.
I think I'm making that up. But for whatever reason, that's stuck in my mind.
Red Fox belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as much as Willie Nelson does.
All right, so we'll go down the list later on of the nominees and possible inductees. Hold on. So these are all nominees, right? Or what's the story here?
I think these nominees are going to pick from this list.
Hold on. Willie Nelson just got. Anyway, I saw your story last night that you sent me, and you just seem very disgruntled.
Let's look at some of the music and.
But you know what? I got to be honest. These days, you're not very gruntled.
Is that a word? Gruntled?
Very
yes. Why do you think you have disgruntled?
Yeah, but I just never heard anybody referred to as gruntled.
No, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Now, if you're gruntled is if you're dude, look it up.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I am sure about that. Yeah, if you're disingenuous, if you're disgruntled is a word. Gruntled means happy.
You're right.
I know I'm right. What do you think? I'm talking on my ass here?
I just thought disgruntled was a standalone. Crabby. He's a crab. He's disgruntled. I thought it was a standalone thing. I didn't know gruntled was a thing.
Just to the ear, the word gruntled sounds like an unhappy word.
It does. It really does.
Look up gruntled.
Yeah, we found it. Please, satisfied.
Fester's just on gruntle.
Well, that has to be a root word.
Right. But I want gruntled because the word I'm using is disgruntled. Look, the word gruntled, gruntled, means pleased, satisfied, contented.
Yeah, and you know what gruntle, the verb means? It means to put in a good humor. So when Fester comes in here disgruntled, we'll just good humor him up. We'll gruntle him up.
Hold on. So I am disgruntled gruntle?
No, when you come in.
I'm full of good humor. Are you kidding me?
Froggy, what are you confused about?
I've never heard anybody say you're being very gruntled today.
Yeah, I mean, let's say we go in a restaurant, and I'm like, hey, listen, the people at table 6, they are quite gruntled. You're going to think, oh, my God, they're pissed. The word just doesn't sound like
So
a flattering word.
You think gruntled sounds like what?
Grumpy.
Grumpy, exactly.
I mean,
grumpy, angry.
if the root word is grunt, what does that mean? It's, if somebody's a grunt at work, that's like Andrew. He's a grunt. He's never happy, right?
Got a bunch of cavemen over at table 6. They're grunting. They're all. Yeah, so gruntled, a lot of people don't realize this, but yes, gruntled is a word. So if you're gruntled, you're happy, you're pleased, you're satisfied. And if you are disgruntled, you are not pleased, you're not happy, you're not satisfied. And fester, it just seems, and Froggy can attest to this. Froggy, do me a favor. Give me a percentage. What percentage of the time is fester disgruntled versus gruntled?
I'd say disgruntled maybe 92%.
Yeah.
Of the time.
It just seems that
Gruntled 8.
I'm gruntled 8.
I think,
hold on, Fester. The place you are in right now in your life, it just seems that you are disgruntled and you're like lemon sucking sourpuss face most of the time.
I don't know.
It's a very stressful time.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead.
You go. Oh, please,
Okay,
you go.
okay.
I'm quite gruntled here.
Well, let me tell you. This is how you use gruntle in a sentence. Fester came into the studio again in a bad, grumpy mood, so we gruntled him with good food and good conversation. That's how you use it in a sentence.
Oh,
Gruntled.
you never heard of the damn word, and now you're giving me ways to use it in a sentence?
Yeah, I am.
Your mother's an English
I'm
teacher?
I'm teaching myself as we speak.
What are you?
It's like she has her own babble over
No.
here. She's
No.
using words she's never heard of before in sentences with native speakers.
It's like suddenly her brain is AI or something. Yeah.
Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Write me an essay using the word gruntled appropriately 15 times.
I got chat ROX over here all the time.
Boy, do you. That's no joke. That's the best description
And
of her I've
sometimes
ever
she's
heard.
her wires are crossed.
Chat ROX.
Oh, wow. Hi, Roxanne Wilder here.
Hey, Froggy,
Yeah.
what's the safe time? What is Froggy's safe harbor where I can talk about your consumption? What time?
Medication, please.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
No, because I have an item. I'm just very concerned about you.
Go ahead.
Well,
be
I'm
concerned.
concerned about something that's.
I'm concerned about you.
I'm concerned about something that's in your orbit. Let me put it that. So listen, when is these? Because I know that your wife freaks out if I talk about your medication time. If like the kids are in the car, when is safe harbor? When, like the next segment at 6:18. Am I able to talk about the?
No, it has to be after 9 o'clock. And
Doesn't-
before 9:30.
No, it doesn't.
So it has to be in between 9 and 9:05.
902 to 903 would be
Froggy,
ideal.
we're gonna have a little chat next. I'm concerned about something.
Great.
Yeah, I got chat ROX. I got to talk about chat POT next with you. Okay.
Boy, he's about to go from gruntled to disgruntled.
All right. No, I have a story that I'm just a little concerned about.
I know. Every time that comes up, you look at me. You have a drinking story. You look at Roxanne. An eating story. You look at Fester.
We have all the vices in here.
We get it.
You're really a 3-trick, 1-trick pony.
And listen, if there's a personality defect story, I look at myself in the mirror. All right, hold on a minute. 6:08. We're back in a second. It's a loaded Thursday show here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Don't move. Fester. Froggy, thanks for coming back. I didn't know if you were going to leave. Listen, there's nothing to be. I just feel like there's a little apprehension here. Look, I'm concerned about something, and I also need to poke around and ask a few questions because, listen, it's no secret you talk about. Froggy, you there?
I'm here.
Dude, you're like hunching down, like you're behind. You're like totally behind the monitor. I couldn't even see you.
All right.
I'm just waiting for this.
No, there's nothing bad about this.
It comes from a place of concern, Froggy.
It does, especially since you have a new member of your household. I'm not pulling this out of my butt. This is like a serious item that I saw yesterday. And the headline is Scooby Dooby Don't.
Scooby. Oh, okay, I get it.
Scooby Dooby Don't. All right, Froggy, let's just take a second here before I get into the actual story. Froggy, you've talked about this. You have some medical issues, and you have an official state of Florida issued card. Am I correct?
Yes, indeed, sir. You are.
Can you describe that? What is it called officially?
Medical marijuana card?
Right.
I guess.
All right, and then your ailments, and I think you've talked about this. I'm not violating any HIPAA regulations here because you've disclosed in the past that you've got a couple of medical issues.
There's just a few, I guess.
And those are like, what are you consuming the medical marijuana for? For what issues and what relief do you get?
Oh, God. What are you, my doctor? So, migraines.
Right.
Right, yes.
Hold on a sec. Let me keep track of this. So we got migraines.
Stomach issues.
Okay.
Previous ulcers.
The IBS ulcers. Are you writing these down? Is anyone writing these down?
Yes.
You got the dings going, so that's pretty official.
All right, go ahead.
Flat feet.
All right, stop it. Don't make a joke of this. This is
Color blindness.
Yes,
Listen, medical
very serious.
marijuana use does not treat your color blindness.
Are you kidding me? It makes everything green.
Good one.
Roxanne,
yeah.
like a court stenographer, can you read that back to me, please?
Migraines, foot flatness.
No. That doesn't,
Restless leg syndrome.
That doesn't count. All right.
Migraines, ulcers, anxiety,
I did say anxiety.
back pain.
Now you're adding things. You're a terrible court stenographer.
I'm just fleshing it out. I'm chatting
Scoliosis.
ROX.
You're just adding crap. All right, Froggy, the reason why I'm bringing this up
Rickets.
is there is like an epidemic. There's a problem with the increase of medical marijuana use and even more so, the increase nationwide of recreational marijuana use. There is a big issue of dogs consuming like joints, dogs, puppies that are eating roaches.
Roaches.
Yeah.
I saw a video of a girl who found a whole bag of edibles like destroyed by her dog, and the dog ate the whole bag, and the dog was just like in a catatonic state.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm not making this up.
That's not cool.
This is a story from Channel 4, WNBC Television, New York, and it talks about Bondi, an 8-month-old toy poodle. So Bondi is an 8-month-old toy poodle, had just returned from a walk when he began stumbling. His head was wobbling. Soon he could barely stand. His owner, Colleen Briggs, panicked. What is wrong with little Bondi?
Oh, Bondi.
So Colleen, that's a nice Irish name. Any Colleen I've ever known, especially, when I was growing up in Nanuet, New York, just outside of the city, and you had tons of, like Irish guys that were FDNY or NYPD. A lot of fine Irish Americans were in the public service. A lot of cops, a lot of firefighters, and I just remember
it's a Departed.
we had a lot of we had a lot of cool Irish lineage families. I was growing up just outside of Manhattan, and a lot of them they worked for the city of New York in those capacities. And I remember Colleen, total quintessential Irish American family. Colleen, I don't think there are any Colleens out there that are not of Irish descent.
Let me try to think.
Why don't you look that up for me? Anyway, so the deal here is the doctor.
Tony Braxton has a sister named Colleen.
No, no.
Okay, I'm kidding. No, she doesn't.
Tony Braxton.
It's arbitrary.
She's the first person I could think of not of Irish
Where the
descent.
hell did you come up with Tony Braxton?
It was the first person I could think of who wasn't Irish. I was like, Tony Braxton.
Hey, didn't Tony Braxton also have IRS problems?
Maybe that's why I'm thinking
Yeah.
about
Hold on.
her.
Hey, Google that quickly. Tony Braxton.
Braxton.
IRS problems.
Which we spoke about earlier, which would explain why it was still in the house.
Yeah, look at that. Tony Braxton in March of 2009. She and her husband were accused of owing $79,315 in taxes to the state of California. The problems didn't end there. 2014, Braxton filed for bankruptcy. Well, that's California. I don't know about. Oh, here we go. Here, singer Tony Braxton. She owed $340,000 to the IRS, $79,000 to the state of California. That would be the Franchise Tax Board.
I'll tell you, she belongs in the IRS Lien Hall of Fame.
Back over to the marijuana issue. Anyway, so the doctor, the vet, quickly made the diagnosis that Bondi, the little 8-month-old toy poodle, was stoned out of his freaking mind.
Yeah, poor Bondi.
Well, here's the deal. Coming back from a walk on the streets of New York, what do you think happened?
She picked up a doob off the street.
Yep.
That's a waste.
That's exactly what happened. Well, people are chucking their roaches.
And it's all over New York City.
Oh, it is. You know what? You can't walk. Even before the marijuana laws changing, New York was rife, and the air was ripe with the smell of marijuana. So even when we were up there for a spell before laws changed and legalizing aspects of marijuana smoking, it was nuts. You would do one city block. You'd walk, let's just say, between 86th and 87th Street on Columbus, and you would pass like 8 people that are just openly smoking joints. So what happens here is folks are tossing their roaches, and guess what? The little bitty roach still has some consumable product inside. And here we got these dogs that are walking the streets, and they're just chowing down. They're munching on the marijuana, and they're getting stoned.
Would these dogs be eating cigarette butts as well? That's disgusting.
Well, that's a good point. I guess maybe they're more attracted to the scent of marijuana. Anyway, on the walk, Bondi smelled out, found a discarded joint, and Bondi, the 8-month-old toy poodle, ate the joint and became stoned. He was just doing his usual, exploring everything, sniffing everything, said Colleen Briggs, who began to notice the pot shops sprouting up all over New York City, the frequent whiffs of marijuana while circling her Manhattan neighborhood, and the unfinished joints now littering the sidewalk. It's a massive problem. And now these dogs are eating these joints that are being tossed on the ground like cigarette butts, and they're getting freaking stoned.
You know what could be really deadly is if they ate pop brownies because of the chocolate and the marijuana. Both bad for dogs.
We've already told you, these dogs have to eat a lot of chocolate.
Apparently not a lot of marijuana.
Can't help at all.
But the marijuana, or the edibles, it's probably marijuana edibles as well. But listen, they're eating joints. So dogs are eating joints and they're getting stoned. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, Froggy, because I believe, listen, I don't consume marijuana. I have never smoked a joint in my life. I don't want to smoke a joint. I hate cigarettes. I don't want to smoke anything. Roxanne, I don't think you smoke marijuana. When's the last time you had a joint, Rox?
When I was about 3 years old.
No, really, come on.
There you go. Good girl.
Back then.
Would you eat it off the ground?
Yeah, I did.
Well, no, seriously. When was the last time you smoked pot?
I don't.
Yeah. So, but the last time you took a hit off a joint?
I don't smoke pot.
Have you ever taken a hit off a joint?
That is none of your business.
Oh, jeez. What do you think is going to be held against you at a court of
No,
law?
I just.
Wait, you run for
NOBD.
Congress someday?
When my children listen to this podcast,
They're probably going to be smoking
they're-
joints when they listen.
All right, Fester,
Yes.
I don't think you're a wide consumer of marijuana. That's why I'm looking at Froggy over here, because
Nothing currently. I smoked some even back in my college and late 20s, but I'm thinking about starting again.
You stop.
Let me know.
Anyway, yeah, that's all you need. You need something to give you the munchies.
He needs something to calm him down. Is what he needs.
You know what? You're right.
Grumpify.
Yeah,
him.
you are
What?
all.
You guys are crazy.
You're all grumped out good. Anyway, Froggy, my concern is you have a brand new puppy named Miss Elizabeth.
Oh, she's so sweet. She has diarrhea right now.
Great.
I think it's the new treats I'm giving her. I can't take it.
Yeah. So, Froggy, your new dog. It's a French bulldog. You guys paid like $4,000 for this thing.
Well, that's
It was delivered live on the show from the breeder who brought like the whole litter down to the studio like a month and a half ago. When was that?
Yeah, a couple months ago.
So
don't bring up the price. I don't want Lizzie to hear it. She listens.
Oh, she does.
I just want her to think she,
Froggy,
found us.
I don't want your new French bulldog puppy to
No.
get her nose into some of your product and get all stoned up good.
I'm very responsible. It's like you and guns. You put them in a locker, keep them safe away.
Oh, so
That's what I do. I have a weed locker.
You have a weed locker.
Yeah.
Very good.
With a safe and a
Now, do you roll? Do you have joints?
roll.
Do you roll joints or do you consume out of like a bowl or
Listen, I don't need to give you specifics on
do
how
you-
I medicate. How do you take your Lipitor?
a bong?
What do you
Do
do?
you-
Do you crush it down and snort
by
it?
the way, it's Crestor.
Crestor, whatever.
And I don't take the brand name Crestor. I use the generic Rosuvastatin. So get your pharmaceutical
That's what I use.
crap straight.
Okay,
so how do you take it?
Yeah.
Do you crush it?
Is it a pill or
I crush my Crestor generic and snort it.
Do you snort it with a straw? Do you
That's
do
what I
it?
thought.
It's against the law?
No, I roll up $100 bill and I snort my cholesterol maintenance medication with a straw.
That's good. Actually, I'm going to try that because I take the same stuff.
You're on Rosuvastatin as well?
Rosuvastatin, baby.
Would it work like that? I don't know. I wouldn't advise that, guys.
Maybe I'll shoot it.
No, listen, Froggy, I'm being serious here. You're blowing
Me too.
me off.
I'm being
No,
serious.
you're not. It's like there are all kinds of marijuana poisonings with dogs getting into the supply and getting stoned. And I want to make sure that your new puppy, Miss Elizabeth, who is probably 3 months old now?
Yeah, probably about 3 months.
4 months old now? I just don't want Miss Elizabeth to get stoned and have to be rushed to the veterinarian. That's all I'm saying.
Luckily, I would never live in the pit of Manhattan. I don't have to worry about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will get to the early morons in the news next, and a spectacular pile of human imbeciles next, right here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by. Here we go. All right, 6:41. It's the MJ Morning Show. Yes, Fester.
You totally missed the boat.
On what?
On the musical rejoin.
Why? How did I miss the boat on the musical rejoin?
Today's May the 4th.
All right.
You could have played Star Wars music.
Okay, go ahead. Play the Star Wars music. Yeah, I had it in mono. I had to just push it into stereo.
It's all right.
Yeah, no. Where's the big boom? Ba-da-dum? Did you miss that? Oh, hold on. Leave the computer alone. Yeah, there you go. You want that. You want the opening. You had it like scrolled in too far. All right, hold on a minute. Here we go. So Fester is chastising me for the Morons in the News musical intro, of which we have a whole bunch of rotating things for May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Fester thinks that I should have used this. There we go. Why do you have it queued in like 20 seconds?
I had it rolling.
What's the matter with you?
I had it rolling when it loaded, and then you put it up when you put it up. That's all right.
Hey, Roxanne, I noticed that you raised your hand like you were in third grade as I was going to the commercial break.
Okay.
Like you had to spout out something of extreme importance.
Yes, the third grade hand raising is because of the dysfunction in this studio,
Right.
which makes it hard for people to see.
That is true.
And so I didn't want to talk over you. But the point I wanted to make is we were talking all this drug talk, Lipitor, marijuana, and that we completely...
Hold on.
I don't know if you want to put those in the same sentence.
Don't confuse legal pharmaceuticals with scheduled drugs, okay?
Okay,
He was huffing his bong and then
with
he took a
rec-
hit of albuterol.
With recreational marijuana, yes, or medical marijuana, yes. Can I help you?
So what about what you and I heard? We thought we were tripping when we heard that commercial during the break. The Sky Rizzy,
Oh, hey,
right?
that's true. We had a commercial break with a Sky Rizzy commercial.
Right.
Hey, Andrew, did you pull the Sky Rizzy audio? Do you have that? Is it on the? It's on the screen. All right, hang on a minute. This is, you got to hear this. So we played a commercial for Sky Rizzy, and let me play. We pulled like a 10-second clip, and then the little isolation bite. All right, this is what has Roxanne all freaked out. Listen to this from a Sky Rizzy commercial. Listen.
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 mil.
What?
Oh my
What'd you
God.
say?
That's like the
What?
best rapper name ever.
It's like for shizzle my dizzle. I mean, it's what is she saying?
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza.
What the hell is she saying?
Risankizumab Riza.
Okay, so that's
Risankizumab
Are you
Riza.
sure she's not sneezing right there?
that's the real medical name. It's like she's holding back a sneeze.
That is the actual pharmaceutical, like, official drug name is
Risankizumab Riza.
Rizumkizumab. So
Huh? Who's she
you
talking
feel it getting
to?
better every day. How does the Sky Rizzy jingle go? That is the name. Sky Rizzy's real, like chemical and drug name is
Risankizumab Riza.
Rizumkizumab Riza.
It's like I went to my 7-year-old and was like, just make up a drug name. And they're like, schism, rism, and dism.
That's like the first time I heard that. And Roxanne and I, when that played, I'm standing here, I'm in the studio, I'm going through papers. I'm just trying to, sort things out. And, I continuously kind of put the show together, what should go where, what should we talk about here? And the commercial's playing over the speakers in the studio. And this plays.
Risankizumab Riza.
And then Roxanne and I look at each other like, what the hell?
Did we both just hear that?
What was
Risankizumab Riza.
what?
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza.
It's like she just put a spell on us to go buy it.
All right, so
Risen, abracadabra, risen, kizamadabra. Go buy it.
Risankizumab Riza.
Yes.
Risen Kizumab Riza. Risen Kizumab Riza. I have it. All right. This is like the hardest spelling test question ever.
It is ridiculous.
National Spelling Bee is going to. Next word. Rizum Kizumab Riza.
I think we're done with Morons in the News. Let's just shut it down right here. All right. I have a couple of stories that are going to require you at your convenience to go to our website and just check out some mugshots. Oh, and Andrew, the second item I'm gonna do, you've got to get the freeze frame. I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. Andrew, there is a second story that I did not tell you about. I meant to, but just get ready to post this. Hold on. That's coming up second. First, though, man, she's attractive. She could actually be a Victoria's Secret model. I'm looking at a woman who has stolen thousands of dollars in underwear from Victoria's Secret at a Pennsylvania location. And I'm like, ooh, her mugshot is sultry. It is, man. She's attractive. Do you have that posted, Andrew? Not yet? You don't have the mugshot posted yet? All right, so two things. Let me know when you have it. But this is out of Cumberland County in Pennsylvania, and a woman was arrested for stealing thousands at Victoria's Secret. According to police, Nicole Garzon Velandia, 26 years old, was out shopping at the Capital City Mall. This is in, I guess, Cumberland County, Pennsylvania. And she reportedly emptied several drawers of underwear into bags before fleeing. All right. So police say that she left the mall in a silver Chevrolet Cruze that was then involved in a hit-and-run accident in the parking lot. So you got a lot of problems here. Anyway, this happened last year, but I guess from a legal standpoint, things are just starting to happen in the last week or so. And this woman... Look, Roxanne, am I exaggerating?
No.
Is she attractive?
She's beautiful. Yeah, she could be a Victoria's Secret model.
That's exactly what I just said.
Yeah.
I'm like, she could be on the runway. She wouldn't need to steal Victoria's Secret underwear. She'd have underwear coming out the wazoo if she could. I'm looking from her neck up.
Yeah, you're just seeing her face.
But she's very pretty. But I mean, she's got the high jawbones.
She has beautiful features.
I mean, she's an attractive woman.
I mean, she could use an eyebrow threading.
Suddenly you're an expert.
I'm
Look
just
at
saying-
your eyebrows. You're talking about needing eyebrow
I'm
threading?
not saying I'm a Victoria's Secret model. If she wants to, enter that kind of realm, she needs to tame those puppies back.
She left the store with $3,750 worth of merchandise. How are you able to do that? How are you left alone? How are you able to grab that much? It's not like you're grabbing one dress from Nordstrom or something, or from Neiman Marcus that's worth $3,000. How do you grab? Because what is the typical pair of underwear at Victoria's Secret? Like what, $40 or something? How much?
Last pair I got was about 40.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Froggy.
I had to buy the XXX, so it was like 65.
But you got to take a look at her mugshot. She was charged with retail theft, and it happened last year. But for whatever reason, they've just charged her. Yeah, this is just a fresh story in the last couple of days. And listen, I'm just curious about how you steal without anyone stopping you. You're able to. I mean, that's a lot of items at Victoria's Secret to rack it up to $3,750. Anyway, that's ancillary. She's just hot. She's a smoking hot shoplifter.
Maybe hot women get away with shoplifting easier because people aren't going to be like, hey, are you shoplifting? Because they don't assume.
No.
They think only ugly people do it.
These stores aren't going to confront you. They're not going to lay a hand on you. They're not going to tackle you in the mall. They're not going to call Paul Blart, the mall cop, to stop you.
Hey, Andrew, do you have the mugshot up on the website yet? Not yet? What's taking so long? What's going on today?
I have to find a copy of it that I'm legally allowed to use on our website.
Dude, you just
Link back to the story.
Just link to the story.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I was looking for the mugshot itself. Instead, I'm going to link to the story.
Yeah,
a lot of rules.
that's what I thought you were going to do.
Lots
No,
of
I
rules.
try to
All
find
right.
the mugshot so you don't
All
have to
right.
click through.
Andrew, don't be aggravated with me. It's
Andrew,
okay.
We want
Andrew,
it.
smack him.
You need to understand how this works.
I do understand.
Yeah.
99% of the time, we post a story link to this is like CBS in Philly. And there you go. You get the mugshot. But you got to see this. We'll have it in a second. And then, number 2, you have got to see these armed robbers at a Best Buy. You've got to. I want you to see the picture. Okay. So I want to show it to the crew in the studio first, and I want to know what you notice about the armed robbers at a Best Buy. They were captured by store surveillance video, and then there are little freeze frame shots. But there is something very distinct, and there are some facts to the case you got to hear. Hold on. I want you to see I want you to see the hot shoplifter.
You really only did that because she's hot,
Oh,
right?
that's
That's the only
that's the only reason.
Okay.
Put the angel wings on her and walk that runway, baby.
She has like a Stephanie Seymour look to her. You're right.
She's got a hot look to her, is what she is.
Just cankles.
And then I gotta show you this Best Buy thing. I gotta give you the details, the facts, and then I want you to notice something. Hold on, that's all next. And then we got more. We got more parents getting into fights at sporting events. Did you see the local story? 2 coaches getting into it.
Yes.
Oh, we've got a local story. 2 coaches beating the crap out of each other right in front of all the kids at school. All right, hold on. All of that is next and more on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Hey. of the hot Victoria's Secret model-esque shoplifter. And if you missed it, we talked about this in the last segment when we started Early Morons in the News. And I'm telling you, man, she's attractive. And I think we're all in agreement that she, at least her face, we don't see her body, but she looks like she might have a model-esque like body, but she's got a gorgeous face. And she ripped off $3,750 worth of underwear, shoving it into bags. She was going through. So Victoria's Secret, am I correct? Like they have like all those drawers.
They do. I mean, you can get 5 pairs for $30.
But they have, well, no, I'm not talking about drawers like the slang for underwear. At Victoria's Secret, don't they, you just answered, you said something, it just didn't, it didn't comport with my question.
Okay.
So at Victoria's Secret, it's been a long time since I've been in, but don't they have a lot of the merchandise that are in like drawers where the sales
Bins.
clerk will open drawers and pull merch out?
Yes, they're in
Right?
bins and drawers. And I told you I went bra shopping a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I got a pair of underwear
At
that
Victoria's
came
Secret?
with my bra. Yes. I bought the expensive bra for $55, and they're like, oh, you get to pick out a pair of underwear.
So do you do a lot of your undergarment shopping at Victoria's Secret?
I suppose so,
I
yeah.
mean, do you order online or do you go to the actual store itself?
I like to go to the actual store
All right.
because especially if you're going to buy a bra, sometimes you want to try it on.
And with all the talk of K-cups yesterday, you don't have K-cups, do you?
No. I used to have what rhymes with K, which is A.
All right, now, I'm making a joke here because we had quite the conversation about Roxanne's frustration with her coffee machine and the K-cups. Hang on, we'll get into that here in just a second. So hang on. But the link is up. If you want to see this smoking hot lady, this 26-year-old Nicole Garzon Valandia from Pennsylvania that ripped off $3,750 worth of merch from Victoria's Secret, then fled the store, got into a smoking hot Chevrolet Cruze, and then crashed into a car in the parking lot. And then that was a hit and run. If you want to see her mugshot, and listen, tell me if I'm wrong. Send me a message.
You're quite smitten, aren't you?
Yeah, listen.
I don't think any of us would kick her out of our bed.
Well, oh, really?
I'm just
Something we'd like to discuss here, Roxanne?
No, I'm just making it. It's an expression.
Oh, it is. Okay, just checking. All right, so that link is up. If you go to mjmorningshow.com and you click on Stories Mentioned on the MJ Morning Show, it is on our website right now, mjmorningshow.com. And listen, hey, test me. See if you agree. Is this a smoking hot mugshot? Yes or no? mjmorningshow.com in Stories Mentioned. That's where you're going to find it. Go to Stories Mentioned on the MJ Morning Show, and then you'll see the link. All right, the other item that I want you to see is, hey, Fester, go to this website. Go to tapinto.net. Tapinto.net. All right, and folks, we'll put this on our website as well. And then typed in armed robbery at Best Buy. This is bizarre. There is video and there are still shots taken from the video surveillance. These two dudes, they go into a Best Buy location in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. They go to like the iPhone table. You know, they have the iPhones out and the iPads out. And these guys, do you have that?
Yeah, they have.
All right, what do you notice? Tell me what you notice. Fester's on this website right now.
Oh, man.
What do you know? What is the first thing that stands out about the still shots from the surveillance video where these two dudes pull out guns? I'll give you the details. The Mount Laurel Police Department, this is in New Jersey, they're looking for the public's help in identifying two individuals suspected of committing armed robbery last weekend. The robbery occurred at a Best Buy. According to the local police, the suspects in a blue jumpsuit pointed a gun at multiple employees as he tried to grab iPhones off a display. Both suspects are described to be under 5 feet tall.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
All right, but wait
Yeah.
a sec. What else?
They're very young looking.
They are, but what else?
The guy in the blue tracksuit has the biggest freaking forehead I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, it's not the forehead. It's the whole head.
Well, from the eyes
No,
up.
dude, it's the whole head. It's like a, it's like a bobblehead doll.
Is he
Do you see this thing?
is he a big dwarf?
I don't know what is going on, but so the two robbers, two young black males, they're under 5 feet tall, and it is like an enormous bobblehead on this guy. I've never seen anything like this.
He must be he's short like that? He must be a midget.
I don't know what's going on here.
You can't say midget anymore.
So,
LP.
yeah.
The little person, a dwarf.
They fled in an older silver Acura TSX with dark tint on the windows. If anyone knows the suspects, you're supposed to call the police. But I'm doing this story because you got to see the picture of these guys. They're under 5 feet tall. They whip out a gun. They're trying to rip off the display phones at Best Buy. But one of these guys has, I think they both have enormous heads. But the one in the blue tracksuit,
he has his hood pulled up.
I mean, what is going on?
He's the smart one of the bunch. He's like, you know what? This big head's going to give me away. I better put my hood up.
I mean, he's got like an Andre the Giant head on a little bitty body.
I'm trying to say I had a big head.
Listen, Andre, it's your head on a.
I'm from France.
All right, so Andrew, our producer, he'll get that link up as well, up on mjmorningshow.com and stories mentioned. All right, thumbs up, both. So the hot shoplifter at Victoria's Secret, and now the guy with the giant head on an under 5 foot tall body. That link is also on mjmorningshow.com on stories mentioned. Hit it up. Now, got a couple of Florida stories here when it comes to fights, like a sporting event with your kid. We got a couple of coaches that are fighting here. 2 football coaches have been fired, and the head coach has been suspended at Sun Lake High School in Pasco. Yeah, Pasco County School said that 2 assistant football coaches were fired, and the head coach is now on suspension. Hey, Fester, where is Sun Lake High School?
It's in Land O'Lakes.
Is it Land O'Lakes?
Yeah.
All right. So a fight broke out during practice on Monday, earlier this week. The school district said that the fight broke out between 2 assistant coaches in front of all of the players.
And one of the coaches got hurt.
Yeah, one of the coaches was injured during the fight. Both coaches have been fired, relieved of their duties. One coach was an instructional assistant and has been relieved from that position. The head coach is on administrative leave, and that's pending a big Pasco County School Board investigation.
Come on.
There was a meeting that was held yesterday. What's today? Today's Thursday. Meeting was held on Tuesday because the incident happened on Monday. There was a meeting held on Tuesday. The Pasco County Sheriff's Office released this statement. We are investigating a report of an altercation between 2 adults which occurred Monday. The investigation is ongoing. No arrests have been made at this time. Please note that the incident did not involve any students, nor were there any students injured as a result. But these 2 assistant coaches are apparently beating the crap out of each other. They're in a full-blown fight right in front of the team, in front of the football team.
So the head coach being placed on administrative leave, I mean, what can you do if your 2 coaches are fighting? It's not, unless he was in there saying, yeah, telling each other to go after each other. Why is he on administrative leave?
I think it's a very fair question. I think it's a good. Fester, do you know?
The head coach has to control the room. I don't know specifically why, but if he's the head coach, he's kind of responsible for anything that happens on his team.
So what do you think? The head coach let it go on and did not step in to shut it down?
Who knows? But yeah, if you're the head coach, last thing you want is to have your coaches fighting in front of the students. I mean, personally, I'm not that opposed to it, but apparently a bunch of people are
Whoa. You're what?
Oh, I think
you're not opposed to 2 assistant football coaches beating the crap out of each other in front of students?
Dude, one of my coaches beat the crap out of one of the students when I was a kid.
Oh, where was this?
At football, Tampa Catholic football.
Hold on. At Tampa Catholic, a football coach beat the crap out of one of the students?
Yeah, in the locker room.
What caused that?
The kid made a mistake, and then the kid started cursing at the coach, and the coach is like, "Don't curse at me. I'll bust you up." And he's like, "You know what? Bleep you." And then they went at it.
Listen, this is football practice. It's nothing but aggression and 2 guys fighting.
And football coaches are a different breed.
Yeah, they're a really odd bunch.
Yeah, I remember. You know what? You just broke a memory of mine. I forgot about this.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You're welcome.
No, you just reminded me of something. In Virginia Beach, we had a coach. I'm trying to remember who it was. It was a PE teacher. You know what, Froggy, you have just, when your dream is broken, when you have a dream and then you forget about it, but then something reminds you of the dream. You just reminded me that one of my PE teachers in high school, I think it was Randy Ainge was the kid. One of the PE teachers got into an argument with one of the students, and I think the dude's name was Randy Ainge. And they used to call him Randy Mange.
Oh, come on.
So
he was that kid, huh?
So the coach and the PE teacher grabbed this kid by the neck and slammed him against the wall.
Okay, so PE teacher.
Yeah, you know what? That happened too in my high school. This happened circa 1982, 1983 in Virginia Beach.
So
I forgot all about that until like right now.
okay, PE teachers
Yeah.
assaulting students absolutely wrong.
Oh, of course.
Violence in the school wrong. However, you're on the football field. I really have to know what the fight's about. I mean, if they're arguing about defense,
We don't know.
or we don't know. But
All we know is that 2 Pasco County football coaches, assistant coaches, have been fired. The head coach is suspended at Sun Lake High School because of a fight between the 2 assistant coaches. Now, Froggy, what caused the fight at Tampa Catholic? Why?
Like I told you, it was just like the kid
Yeah.
messed up on the field, and
Right.
they were arguing about it in the locker
And that
room.
was it?
But all of us were in there, and it was it turned into like it was mayhem.
It was a melee.
It was a melee.
Wow. And
It was
then
awesome.
one other item here, Osceola County, so not too far away from us. We got a parent that punched an umpire during a high school baseball game.
yeah,
A parent was arrested after deputies said he punched an umpire at a baseball game in April last month. Osceola deputies said they responded to Liberty High School in Kissimmee after this disturbance and a 911 call. Investigators said a parent of one of the players was upset at the umpire. As his back is turned, one of the high school student's fathers leaves the stands, walks to the umpire, and knocks him out.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be an umpire for nowadays. I mean, you're going to make everyone mad all the time.
What
at least
the
half the
hell?
people.
Yeah.
I mean, you volunteer. You're trying to help your kid's team just to get slugged by a disgruntled parent.
I mean, this guy was like sucker punched. The back of the umpire was turned to the parent, and the parent walks out onto the field behind the umpire and knocks the guy out.
That's not cool.
Deputies said the father was identified as Jorge Aponte Gonzalez, punched the 63-year-old umpire in the back of the head.
God.
That's like
Kill him.
That's like an ambush. Well, I guess you don't punch him in the front because he's got that umpire mask on. That's
If you're going to hit an umpire,
you know,
Or in the chest. He
well,
has the chest
he's
protector.
got the chest protector. So,
can you turn around so I can kick you in the ass?
No.
Because it's the only part that's not covered.
no, the ump's not going to turn around.
Yeah. He's
No,
not,
he approached him
The
from the
ump's not
rear.
Does it?
But hey, so the umpire's got the metal mask on. You're not going to punch him there. See, there's no protection in the back of the head. That's why you go for the vulnerable part if you're an umpire, right?
well,
Probably-
if you want to knock somebody out, you hit them right in the back of the head, sort
what
of.
are we doing here? You don't hit the umpire, okay?
But it's a good spot if you want to knock somebody out, back of the head.
Especially an umpire.
You don't hit the umpire. Anyway, this Aponte Gonzalez guy is facing charges of battery on a sports official and disruption of a school function. Didn't they enhance charges?
For elderly people?
No.
The guy's like, what, 68?
Well,
you said?
63.
Okay, I'm sorry.
The umpire was 63. I think the elderly charges kick in after 65.
Okay.
I think it's 65 and older. They're enhanced charges.
You beat that
Yeah.
charge.
But no, I thought that some years ago in Florida, they enhanced penalties if you attacked like a teacher or like an ump or a ref.
Or are they protected?
Yeah.
The umps.
Unbelievable.
The best story, or I should say the most significant in Tampa Bay area, is Jim Levitt, coach of the USF Bulls,
Right.
greatest coach in USF Bulls history, getting fired for allegedly striking a student. And I forget how that investigation panned out,
Well.
but he lost his job.
Happens.
All right, when we get back, first item up, because this came up later in the show. We've got to talk about Roxanne's cups. All right? If you missed our discussion about Roxanne's cups, we will discuss next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. And we start our long 1 hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. Don't move. We're back here in minutes. Hey, Need to get a hold of me, my private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. And it is always fantastic when we get a hot tip, we get some gossip, we get just, great information. We get a great story from a listener, and, our interaction is fantastic. So if you ever want to get a hold of me, the best way, listen, you can send me a direct message on Instagram or whatever, but really the best way is to email me. mj@mjmorningshow.com. And we rely on you. We rely on listeners because, listen, we've got, eyes and ears, obviously. We do a lot of research for the show. But when you have, tens and tens and tens of thousands of listeners, we have all, these additional eyes, ears, and brains out there that can give us information. And some of the great material we get comes from you. So if you ever have anything I got to know about, something you think will be phenomenal for the show, you can just email me, mj@mjmorningshow.com. That's mj@mjmorningshow.com. mjmorningshow.com. Don't forget, coming up at 8 o'clock, which is about 34 minutes away, we've got your Q105 Rock the Cash Box word, and we'll give you the text line. You text the word to the text line, and you could win $1,000 in our national contest, so stand by. Roxanne, and a follow-up to the talk about Roxanne's cups. And Roxanne, man, you're angry. You're angry at these cups.
Yeah, I'm very angry because they're
Now,
not delivering.
What are the size of these cups? Can you please tell the audience that did not hear the discussion about your cups yesterday, if you could talk about the size of your cups?
The size of a thimble.
All right,
No,
now-
I'm just kidding. They're a little bit bigger than that. They're the size of, like
Right.
two coffee creamers.
Right.
Basically.
like a shot glass.
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
a shot glass. There you go.
And
shot
tell
glass
everybody,
size.
which cups are we talking about?
K-cups.
We're talking about our K-cups. Now, when you look at her, you wouldn't think that they were K-cups. But no, I'm kidding. Roxanne has a hatred.
Yeah.
She has a smoldering hatred for their Keurig. How do you say? Is it Keurig or Keurig?
Yeah,
How
I looked it up. It's Keurig.
Keurig.
Yeah, so just think coupon. Some people do coupon and coupon. You're a coupon person.
I
it's
really
a Keurig
I
without
really-
the Q.
I get angry when people say coupon.
I know.
That pisses me off. Yeah, that's like a chest poke. When someone says coupon, no, folks,
It just
it's
sets you right off.
it's coupon. It's not coupon. Says me. All right. So Roxanne, we had a lengthy discussion late in the show yesterday about Roxanne's absolute hatred for their Keurig coffee machine, and you've been through like 6 different flavors, and you're telling me that your coffee tastes like ass.
Yeah, no, on Sunday, I literally tried 5 different Keurig cups, and none of them made me happy.
You're spitting them all out.
Yeah,
They're
all of them. I
all-
was like, disgusting, ashtray, makes me vomit, and it was too watery. And
The vomit flavors. It's only for really during nighttime.
Yes. What flavor is this? Oh, it's projectile vomit
Mm.
from Keurig. But Roxanne, the reason why we're bringing this up, and then we had tons of people calling up and saying what you're doing wrong or what. But then we had a lot of people saying, yeah, you're right. You're maintaining that out of 5 or 6 little different flavors, you couldn't get one that you thought was drinkable or edible
no.
or whatever.
And then Doug blames it on me. He's like, you're too tough to please. So it's you. It's you.
He knew that from day one, though, didn't he, Rox? I mean, don't chop that on me
He
now.
signed up for that.
Doug.
But it's really something is wrong with the machine. It's not good. It's not good. But the listeners were so nice yesterday, giving me a lot of good ideas. Some said, you've got to chuck it and go back to drip. And some said you have to go with the espresso pod machine.
But the point is, and the reason why we're bringing this back up, you said that was among the most texts we've ever gotten
Yes.
at 800-990-1047.
Yes, and I was getting hit up on MJ Morning Show email and getting hit up on my regular Beasley Media Group email, and people saying, for instance,
Were they
Roxanne,
calling you at home by any chance?
Yes, they tracked me down,
Yes.
obviously did some interweb researching and found me. But one woman was like, can you please tell me the secrets to making a good cup of coffee from your listeners? Like people were driving in the car and
Right.
couldn't write it all down. So I need to do a post or something.
Now, I told you, bring in the Keurig machine and we would smash
it.
We
Yeah.
still have the MJ Morning Show sledgehammer
Oh,
in
yeah.
the office.
Well, I had a really cool idea, and I think this would get a lot of views and a lot of hits. Yes, Fester, what?
I was trying to think of what your idea is.
Why are you pointing to the ceiling?
I'm thinking we could climb to the roof and just
Oh.
chuck it off.
No. What was my idea yesterday?
Steamroller?
Throw it out of the car.
Yes.
Yes,
car.
while you were driving.
My idea
Cause
was
a pile up.
that Roxanne and I kind of have a rendezvous
Ew.
on the way into work that we would like meet in the parking lot or something. I would follow you onto the Howard
you
Franklin
would
Bridge.
follow me and my cups.
Right. I would follow you in your cups. And I thought that Roxanne should chuck the Keurig coffee machine out of the window on the Howard Franklin Bridge, and I'll be right behind her with a camera, and I'll take video of it. But then,
Then
but
we'll
then
hit
I'm
your
like,
car and flip it.
But then I'm like, you know what? What if we caused like a 20-car pileup because Roxanne chucked a Keurig coffee machine? But I do like the fact of throwing it out of the. We could do it in the office park here because there's no traffic back here. We could do it here.
Or we can
Yeah.
just run over it.
Can we smash your tomorrow? We have one more show before the weekend, so tomorrow's Friday. At Cinco de Mayo. What better day to smash a Keurig coffee machine than on Cinco de Mayo? Can we do it?
I mean, can we do something a little simpler, like take all the icky flavors and throw them out the window?
No,
Yes.
that's not.
It's brand new.
Let's throw little plastic cups. No. We need to smash the Keurig coffee machine in spectacular fashion.
Why don't you smash one of your machines?
Yeah, what's amazing is there are.
I like my machines. I don't have a rage against the machine.
Yeah, I do have a rage, but Doug seems to like it.
Were they inducted, by the way?
They're on
Yeah,
the list.
I like-
They're on the list
They're
for,
on the list,
for
ironically.
induction into
Yes.
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
The most legitimate of all the bands.
Yeah, they're good.
Yes, Andrew.
One of the suggestions for the coffee maker is from Office Space what they did to the printer.
What'd they do to the printer? Remind me.
They smashed it up. Took a bat to it.
Oh, yeah.
The crazy thing is, MJ, thousands and thousands and thousands of people listening right now are very happy with their K-Cup machine.
Yeah, mine's
But-
fine.
I mean, I have one. I think it's great. It makes a nice cup of coffee. I have Roxanne, Miss Impossible to Please over here, and I have Doug pulling out what's left of his hair anywhere he has it, trying to make her a nice cup of coffee.
He has nothing up there.
I mean, he pulls down below. I mean,
What?
Never mind. He pulls the hair off his ass. That's what he does.
What are you saying?
It's the only
You
part
just-
of his body he
I
has
thought
hair.
you said blow, and I was like,
I said
no,
blow. I
he's
said blow.
very anti-drug.
No,
saying.
so, listen, poor Doug is trying to make a cup of coffee. All he's doing is putting the pod in the cup and hitting the go button, and Roxanne's like, this tastes awful.
I did feel like, yeah, this one's too bitter.
See,
This
the thing
one's-
is, Roxanne, a lot of them are flavored. You know, which I'm not a flavored coffee guy, but a
Yeah.
lot of them are flavored. You have to find one brand, like McDonald's makes a very good coffee. Dunkin' Donuts makes a very good coffee. They have K-Cups, and they put out a pretty good product.
Like, I don't
Whoa,
want,
whoa, whoa.
I don't
Hold
want
on.
hazelnut.
Wait a minute. Dunkin' Donuts. When you go to the Dunkin' Donuts store, they're not making your coffee with a K-Cup.
No, but they sell K-Cups.
K-Cup. They sell them.
Yeah, but come on. If you get a Dunkin' Donuts K-Cup, that's not going to be as good as going to a real Dunkin' Donuts and getting real
How do you
Dunkin'
know?
Donuts
Okay,
brewed coffee.
I said it makes a pretty good cup of coffee. You're sitting at home in your underwear. It makes something that's pretty good.
You've never had the coffee in your life. Why would you know? Coffee chooch.
I mean, Starbucks makes K-Cup.
I'm just telling you, I'm guessing that you're not going to get a really good Dunkin' Donuts coffee with the K-Cup that
Yeah.
you want to go to the actual Dunkin' Donuts store. And listen, my wife, Michelle, she has sworn by Dunkin' Donuts for years.
It's a waste of money to go there. Just get the K-Cup.
Like, my wife hates Starbucks. My wife says that Starbucks coffee tastes like it was in a 5-alarm fire, that it's like burnt.
See, that's,
right?
that's the one I
Yeah.
order. I said, give me the 5-alarm fire coffee, please.
Listen,
Yeah.
MJ, I know you're not a coffee drinker, but I want to share this.
Yes.
I had my dream cup of coffee one time.
You had
One
your
time.
dream?
Yes. And
Was it
I'm,
the
I mean,
monkey
you were
duty
you mean
coffee?
you were the most satisfied ever with this
Yes.
cup of coffee?
yes, it was so good. And if anyone knows where I could just buy it for myself to make at home, it is called Hubbard and Cravens. But I think
Hubbard and
Hubbard
Cravens?
and Cravens.
You probably have a K-Cup.
But I think they only like supply to big restaurants because I had it
Where did you have
at
it?
the Pearl Restaurant in Water Street. And that's the kind of coffee they serve there. And I
So
can't
you had it
find
like in the last 3
I
months?
had it in February.
Okay.
Hubbard and Cravens coffee.
It's the best coffee I've ever had in my life.
Fester pulled up a Google page and it says they're in Indianapolis.
I like.
yeah.
It says local chain serving seasonal whole bean coffee, tea, and baked goods. So what do they have? Retail stores in Indianapolis?
Yeah.
But then they sell their coffee for institutional use?
I think so.
Through a food supplier or
Yeah.
something.
All right. Well,
All right.
If anyone can tell me how they can get me some, I'll pay you whatever it
$1
takes.
million.
I'll pay you whatever.
I'll
Get
pay
me
you.
some Hubbard and Cravens
Yes.
coffee.
It's good
All right,
negotiating.
who can flood Roxanne with Hubbard and she's craving Hubbard and Cravens. All right, moving along.
Can one you might want to try, Brazilian nut. It's pretty good.
All right, I'm moving
Okay.
along here. Is
that for real?
that some kind of joke?
No, it's a Brazilian.
No,
What's the joke?
I don't know.
You put Brazilian in front of
I
anything?
think
You think
it
it's a
sounds
rude
like you're
joke?
trying to slip something by me.
No.
Yeah, Brazilian nut.
It's the way that it's waxed.
All right, now I have an audio bite that is hysterical. Fester, you heard this.
Yes.
It's the play-by-play when they're promoting the upcoming Bobblehead night.
we're not a sports show.
We're not. We're
so
not. We're
for
not.
something to be sports related to make it to this program, it's got to be.
Well,
tough.
listen, we talk about the big stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if the Rays are on fire, we talk about the Rays and their massive winning streak. You know, the Lightning.
If they were literally on fire, like the team bus catches fire, we talk about it. You know, we cover the team. I mean, the Lightning were into playoffs last week. Now we don't have to mention them again for another 4 or 5 months.
This is funny. This is audio from Monday's game, the Phillies and the Dodgers. And during the second inning, the radio color commentator, Kevin Stocker, was doing a read for a promotional giveaway for a future Phillies home game, and they're giving out Dick Allen bobblehead dolls.
Dick Allen bobblehead.
Who's Dick Allen?
I don't know who Dick Allen. He must have been an important person. Is he with the Phillies or the Dodgers? I don't know.
Why don't you look up Dick Allen and Phillies? So, you got to hear this. So, imagine this is a radio broadcast. It's play-by-play, and they're promoting this upcoming Dick Allen bobblehead night. Listen.
Clear a space on your shelf and get ready to bring home a legend when the Phils host the Dodgers on Friday, June 9th at 7:05 p.m. And all fans 15 and over receive a Johnson Controls Dick Allen bobble figurine. Order tickets now at Phillies.com.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Can we play that again?
He got Johnson. He got so many words in there.
I mean, he really got spun around.
Oh, man.
So
What the?
he's trying to say the Dick Allen bobblehead, but he put the head too close to the dick.
It's a common mistake.
I mean, that's a tough read for anybody.
You know what he's looking at the copy on his page.
Oh, yeah.
He's looking at the copy and he's like saying,
He's reading ahead.
Dick. Yeah, and he's looking ahead
And reading head.
and I got to play. And then the play-by-play guy is then trying to call the game, and he's starting to laugh. Hold on, let me play, and then we'll play a little longer clip here. This is funny.
Clear a space on your shelf and get ready to bring home a legend when the Phils host the Dodgers on Friday, June 9th at 7:05 p.m. And all fans 15 and over receive a Johnson Controls Dick Allen bobble figurine. Order tickets now at Phillies.com.
Oh man!
All right. I mean, this guy's a pro's pro. He's calling Major League Baseball games. He's top shelf announcer.
Here's a longer clip. So after the whole bobblehead Dick flub, then that's the color commentary guy. Then the play-by-play guy sitting right next to him in the booth, he goes to pick up the action and starts calling the game. All right, listen again. Here we go. Hit it again.
Clear space on your shelf and get ready to bring home a legend when the Phils host the Dodgers on Friday, June 9th at 7:05 p.m. And all fans 15 and over receive a Johnson Controls Dick Allen bobble figurine. Order tickets now at Phillies.com.
All of the outs for Walker have been strikeouts. So the first one is up and into Mookie Betts.
You can't even talk.
The pitch. And that's a called strike on the outside corner. He can't
keep it together. He can't even do play-by. He's still laughing. Also, how much dead space was it with just crowd noise before he started talking after the bobblehead Dick Allen flub?
There's a lot of dead space in baseball
Yeah,
games.
because if you're talking about baseball announcing, the ambient noise allows them to not talk for a while. But these two guys are sitting in a booth, and to have your buddy rip off a DH right in the middle of a read, that's
funny.
hysterical. Dick Allen was a player for the Phillies in the 1960s. His number's retired by the team.
Oh, yeah, Dick Allen.
He died in 2020.
So it's Dick Allen bobblehead night, and you want to make sure that you put the word Allen and bobble in between Dick and head. All right, just Just very important.
So the Twitter handle I saw it on
Yes.
is one called Awful Announcing.
Yeah, there's a Twitter
Yeah.
there's a Twitter account called Awful Announcing.
But that's a great follow if you're still on Twitter. It's a great follow. Once in a while, they'll put up a clip of announcers, and it's great.
Oh, that's funny stuff. Hey, this is funny too. Andrew, you got to get the video up. Do you have it ready to go? The video of the GPS error in Hawaii. This is fantastic. This is a real-life reenactment of The Office, where Steve Carell and Dwight, Michael Scott and Dwight, they're in the car, and weren't they in like a rental car or something? And the GPS said, turn right here,
Yeah.
and he drives right down the boat ramp.
I would so do that.
Right. It happened. It happened in Hawaii. And this week, a sailboat crew had to jump into action to save 2 tourists out of their sinking rental minivan as they drove into the Hanakoau Harbor in Kailua in Kona, Hawaii. Oh, this is hysterical. The driver was driving a silver Chrysler Town & Country minivan and drove right down a boat ramp. What kind of a moron do you have to be to not notice you are driving down a boat ramp? I mean, right into the water. You look ahead, you can see the ramp goes into the water. It has that grooved concrete paint. You know what I'm talking about, Froggy?
Yeah,
You get those long grooves so the boat trailer and your truck can get the traction to pull the trailer out.
Exactly.
This is like a silver Town & Country minivan that this woman drove right into the water. And then some of the sailboat folk, first they jump in the water, they're rescuing the woman. She has to be pulled out of the driver's side window. And then it's almost like they're about to potentially bring it back up because you got a vehicle floating in the water, even though the thing weighs, like 4,000 pounds. If it's floating, you can kind of grab it and pull it. So they were starting to try to pull it back up the ramp. And then the thing just goes glug, 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 glug. And the whole damn thing sinks. And
That's awful.
it is funny. It is absolutely hysterical. So,
What do we have the audio of?
Yeah. Hey, did you pull the audio? Do you have where's the audio? Is it on the board here? Hold on a second. I'm looking for it. Sky really oh, here we go. Here. So listen to the actual audio. It is. I got so much audio this morning. I didn't see it on the board. So again, I just don't understand. And we have the video up, by the way. If you want to see this dumbass tourist in Hawaii drive the Chrysler Town & Country minivan right down a boat ramp. Now, you don't see her driving. You see her floating, and then you see the water rescue. All right, here's a little sample of somebody else is capturing this whole thing on their cell phone.
Pretty sure that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah. Oh, you think? And you hear the boat crews yelling.
I think they just drove straight into the water.
Somebody to pull on this one, I think. All right.
Here, why don't we get on the other side?
Hey, look at a truck that they flipped on you. Yeah.
And you can hear all they're trying to save her. She's they're pulling out of the window. And the woman drives right off the boat ramp into the water in Hawaii.
It's sinking. Hurry, guys.
Hurry, guys, it's sinking.
Guys, hurry.
Get her out. And then the van just sinks and glug, glug, glug. Can you imagine? Hello, Hertz?
I hope you took the insurance out on that car.
Hope you, the waiver. Yeah, hope you signed, really. But what's that phone call like? Yeah, you can go get your rental car. It's at the bottom of the Kailua Harbor, whatever the hell, in Kona. Oh, my God. The video's up, by the way. If you want to laugh, go to mjmorningshow.com, and it's up on videos mentioned on the MJ Morning Show. So go to mjmorningshow.com, go to our website, and then on the top, look for videos mentioned, and the link is there. And Fester, you pulled up the old Office clip?
Yeah, this is the scene from The Office.
Yes. I'd hit it. Go ahead.
They go to the right. It can't mean that. There's a lake there. I think it knows where it is going. This is the machine knows. This is the lake. Stop yelling at me. No, it's stop yelling. There's no road here.
There we go. And that's...
Remain calm. I have trained for this. Okay. Exit the window. Here we go.
Make a U-turn.
Look out for leeches.
I mean, they really did that.
Are you okay? Swim for it.
I mean,
I got you. I got you. Michael.
So that's the Office scene. But they really did that.
This is
it's not CGI.
No,
This is life imitating art.
No, he's saying you're saying the people really did it.
I thought you were saying the Office.
The actors really did it. It's a one take. You either get it right or you don't.
Well, that's the point. Do you think they had a backup car?
Of course.
Did they have backup in case they had to run multiple cars into the water?
Yeah, that was a big budget production, I'm sure.
Was that a Ford Focus? What is that?
It's like a Taurus.
Is that a Ford Taurus?
Ford Taurus, yes.
Anyway, that's the scene from The Office where Michael Scott drove right down the boat ramp into the water. Anyway, funny video. It's up on our website at mjmorningshow.com. That's mjmorningshow.com. I want to talk about something that has consumed our lives. And I want honesty. If you could, or if you decided to make this decision, would it make your life better? See, I'm kind of caught in a trap. I'm caught in a trap.
Sing it, Elvis.
Yeah. Because of my occupation. I wish I could, but I kind of need it because of what I do for a living.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You know where I'm going with this. I read an interesting story, and it turned out it was part of one of these study finds. There's a blogger, this is a lifestyle blogger, who says, I deleted Instagram after it ate up my entire existence. It's been life-changing. And this is not the only individual that I've heard say this. I have read, I've heard from, I know people where they just shut their social media down. They just walked away because they were just spending way too much time. They were becoming slaves to their devices and having to, and we've talked about this for years, this compulsion to have to check your Facebook, check your Instagram, check your Twitter feed. I mean, this whole, what FOMO or whatever the hell it is, of just being sucked in. And, you know, it's almost like we're all afflicted like with psychological damage.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can elaborate on that.
Please.
So I feel like, I was just thinking this the other day before I read that article I sent you, that because the pictures on IG are so beautiful, everything is filtered and touched up and just everybody looks great. And you only post your best stuff usually.
Well, can I point something out?
Yeah.
On my Instagram, I use no filters. I touch up nothing.
Yeah, I think it kind of runs the gamut as to how people
I'm telling you
portray
right
their
now,
pictures.
Well,
if you look at my Instagram, if you look at Certified MJ Radio, and I put up a gorgeous picture of Scout falling asleep last night. You want to see the most adorable?
Yeah, I mean, MJ's putting up pictures of dogs that look half dead on his Instagram, so it's not all glam and glitz.
If you want to see an adorable Scout falling asleep on the couch last night, a beautiful looking Jack Russell Terrier, it's on my Instagram. But don't go. Yeah, you know what? I'm deleting the whole account. I'm getting rid of all my social media.
Boy.
No, Certified MJ Radio is me, but I'm trapped, and I'm going to talk about my trap here in a minute. But hey, I also put up the Photoshop poster that Wacky Jackie did for us, because this is May 4th, and we have May the 4th be with you, and Fester's Jabba the Hutt.
Of course.
I'm Luke Skywalker.
Can I put a display?
Froggy's Han Solo, and
Han Solo.
I'm sorry, Han Solo, and Roxanne is Princess Leia.
No.
And
Who is that?
Froggy's hand solo. You got to write the first name.
Andrew's in it.
He's Hand Solo.
Andrew is the Ewok.
Yeah.
And Wacky Jackie squeezed herself in That green creature who I don't know who it is.
And look at Fester's job in the hut.
And I do want to point out that I have an enormous amount of side and under boob showing, and that is not my body.
We didn't think it was literally your body. It's a Photoshop job.
You know what? I got to be honest. I'm looking at that body that your head is jammed on. I would think that that's pretty close to your body. Is that really that far off?
Look how small her head is. I mean,
I'm not listen, Roxanne. I'm not undressing you with my eyes or anything, but I would.
You're on your own on this one.
Yeah, but I would think that that's pretty close to your body that you're photoshopped on.
Pretty foxy.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Can you please say that again and please say ox a little more?
I mean,
foxy or
Thank you.
oxy.
Anyway, so I just said that we don't Photoshop. I don't Photoshop. But this is a treatment. This is fun. No, but listen, I do not, any photo on my website, I don't filter. I don't put through some kind of make my thighs look skinnier filter. I don't do that.
I actually make my photos look fatter just for comedic effect.
All right, now back over to the social media thing.
Yeah, and I love this segment because this segment is going to be all about why IG is bad for you, but please follow Certified.
But
MJ.
Listen,
right?
Yeah, exactly. I really despise social media, but do me a favor, follow me at Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. But that gets back to I'm caught in a trap.
Yeah. I mean, listen, all things
I'm
in moderation.
caught in
MJ.
a trap.
You can't look back.
I can't.
Listen, MJ, in moderation, I think all of it's fine, but some people just have these obsessive personalities to where they're always buried in their phone on their socials, looking at other people's
Question for you, the MJ Morning Show listener right now. Have you blown off social media? Have you walked away? Have you discarded your social media? How do you feel? Do you feel better? Or have you totally limited your social media? Have you been able to get that under control? Because listen, the bottom line here is that social media is really, I think it runs like the same endorphins in your brain like crack.
Crack is whack.
I'm telling you. All right, let's go to phones on this. 800-990-1047. Have you walked away from social media? Conversely, can you not get away from it? Is your life consumed? Are you getting yelled at work because you can't put your phone down? And you're checking your Facebook, you're checking your Instagram, you're on the TikTok, you know?
You know, I feel like it's such an unconscious behavior for me. Like, I'll just pick up my phone.
Unconscious or subconscious?
No, unconscious.
No,
you're passed out?
Drunk, and then I'll just...
You're blotto drunk?
Yes, and I can pick up my phone.
You're ass blast drunk and you're passed out, but you're picking up your phone to check your social
and then
media.
Just going, like my thumb just knows how many swipes to... And all of a sudden I'm on IG and I don't even know how I got there.
You got corpses in the morgue that are checking their Instagram. All right, listen, I want to go to phones on this. Have you walked away from social media? Because what's launching this, it's the story. A mom and social media influencer says that deleting Instagram from her phone has been life-changing, making her an even better role model for her daughter. Jess Kirby removed the app after growing tired of constantly scrolling.
Now your thumb is swollen.
She felt the need to detox, and now she feels better than ever. She's a lifestyle blogger. She's from Vermont.
She's a blogger, and she's off social media. Give me a break.
So now up in Vermont, she's spending much more time tapping into maple trees and getting fresh maple syrup.
Yeah, that takes a while.
However, someone else manages, I guess, her social media now on her behalf.
Yeah, she pays someone to do it. That's what I'd like to do.
Yeah, so she walked away. She deleted. She's got someone else doing it. She's 38 years old, and she says that it's helped maintain control over her mental health. And I'm telling you, I think we've mentally damaged ourselves. I think social media, the way that our brains have been trained, our propensity to, like you're driving on the interstate at 80 miles an hour and people are on their phones. Just look. And I think you got people that are just doom scrolling on their phones. All right, let's go to calls on this. 800-990-1047. That's how you get in. So a couple of things that you can offer up here. Did you delete social media from your phone or from your life? Do you feel better? Or are you consumed and you wish you could delete all your social media? So those are the questions. 800-990-1047. That's how you get in.
On Sunday morning, it seems my phone gives me a usage report. You get those little pop-ups?
Yeah, I delete them. I try not to look at them.
I don't.
Well, my phone gives me a usage report. My iPhone gives me a usage report. On average, you used your phone 6 hours today.
Here's how mental you are. It's kind of reminding you.
Then it tells you what the
Here's how much time you wasted.
Well, then it tells you the percentage of change from the previous week.
Right.
Your usage this week is up 16% from last week. But I look at it like my phone's been on for 6.5 hours today. I've been looking at my phone for that long. I can't even imagine that, but it's true.
The trap, I'm going to go to phones in a second. Every line is jammed. So Mike, Jeff, Marina, Michelle, Line, L-I-N-E.
Okay, people have weird names.
Okay, I'm thinking that's a mistake. But I'm going to phones here in just a second. Hang on.
Go to Line first.
I'll go to Line on line 6. All right, hang on a minute.
Watch it be their name.
But here's the trap that I'm in, because social media is good promotion for the show. I feel compelled that I have to offer, insight into what I do in my life, because listen, we talk about our lives on the show, we don't hold back. And for me, I feel like the trap that I'm caught in is that I have to provide social media interaction as part of an element of this show. And listen, a lot of radio companies, and when we used to be across the street, they required that. They required that the DJs have social media to engage listeners. And do I like to have communication and engage listeners? I do. But I got to say that in my life, overall, I think that social media on a personal level is net negative. I think I don't maybe communicate with my wife as much as I should because of social media.
Okay.
At dinner, you want to pick up your phone, and, it's like, I need to start locking my phone in the trunk when we go out to dinner.
You know what I'm mildly ashamed of myself? That it's like this little part of your brain that you're having a conversation with people that aren't the people you're there being intimate with. For example, with my kids, I'll be doing something with them, and then I'll be like, oh, let me film this. And then I'm like, that's icky. Like, it's like I have this third audience. It's me and my kids. And then there's this audience that I feel a need to capture. And then I don't like it,
well,
but I do it.
That's the trap.
Yeah, that's the trap.
That's caught in the trap.
Yeah, you're out to dinner and you're like, oh, I'm having a great time with Michelle. Let's take a picture so we can show all of our social media friends.
And also, I do it. I'm guilty. I'm totally guilty. I'm admitting my problem. But I really hate taking pictures of food. Everyone's taking pictures of like what they're eating and posting.
You lying sack.
You take a picture of your rice.
Oh my God. You can't eat a meal without taking.
I know.
I believe you. I believe you.
Well, listen, more in a restaurant. I do it, but I hate myself for doing it.
Yeah.
But at home, if I'm cooking at home, that's different. If I'm, cooking pasta or I'm, doing something interesting in my own kitchen, that's different than people in the restaurant. And you look around and everyone's the food comes out, and the first thing people are doing, they're grabbing their phones to take a picture of their dish. Got to post this on social media. And I'm guilty of it too.
Okay.
It's like our brains are damaged. All right, let's go to phones.
Would you rather do meth? I mean, okay, it's not as terrible as you're making it sound.
All right,
wow.
First up, let's grab Mike in Lutz. Hello, Mike. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, I think the important thing here is that people are putting their self-worth into how many followers and likes they're getting. And the perfect example of this, there's a meme where this guy's taking a selfie with a bag of groceries, and there's homeless people behind them. So like you said, it's people that are posting these kind of things where they get an impulse to try to film things to make it look like they're a hero so they can get more likes and follows. So just like Fester said, it's got to be in moderation. Maybe once, 2 times a day. Are
there rehab clinics for social media?
Yeah.
I think so.
Seriously.
There's a detox facility.
At Promises. We're going to get you off of social media.
Probably is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I took a huge break from it, and the story's correct. I mean, you're right. That if you see the Netflix documentary, can't remember what it was
Yeah, I
called.
saw
Social Dilemma.
Yeah, I saw that.
Social Dilemma. Yeah.
Right.
If you guys watch that, you probably would not be on social media.
Yeah.
But you're right, MJ. You have to run a business, so you got to find moderation.
For me, I need it because it's part of the additional engagement of the audience, but I recognize that I'm on it too much. And would my life be better without it? I think it would. Hey, quick, I'm going to go back to phones in a second. Let me just give out the cash word here. Of course, we're doing Q105's Rock the Cash Box. You got a chance to win $1,000 in our national contest multiple times a day. This is the 8 o'clock word. This hour's word is great, Great. It takes nothing to text that word right now. This will take you 10 seconds, and you could win $1,000. So this hour's word is great, Great. That's great, texted nationwide to 45911. Text the word great nationwide, 45911, before 8:15, before quarter after, a shot at $1,000 cash, or you can enter it on the Q105 app or at myQ105.com.
You know what I've done to help myself a little bit?
You chopped your thumbs off.
I did. But the reward system is the likes and the views and stuff, so I don't look at that anymore. So I'll put something out there. Okay, a story. I'll put it out there. I used to go and look at who looked at it, but now I'll just put it out there. Maybe I'll look at the first little blob of who gave me hearts.
How many likes?
But I don't look at views or anything.
And that's another trap, is that you get sucked into that. Oh my God, I only have 312 likes on this. Oh boy. Or, how many people have commented, or if I shoot a video, how many views does it have? Is it line? I'm going to line 6 because I'm intrigued here. On the screen, it says the caller's name is Line, Line. Is that correct? Oh, great. Now they're not there.
Lynn, maybe it's Lynn.
Oh, hello. Hi. What's your name?
Oh, Lisa.
Hi, Andrew. Andrew, why the hell?
He got you.
Andrew, why did it say Line, Line?
I mean, that makes
I was probably hearing something while I was talking to her and typing.
Yeah, you heard Lisa said she doesn't do lines. All right, Lisa, that's a good thing, Lisa.
It's not anymore.
All right, Lisa in Newport Richie. Hey, Lisa, go ahead.
Hi, yeah. So I had a really hard, tough year in 2001. End of October, my father passed away. I was doing construction on the condo that was passed down to me. I fell and broke both the bones in my wrist.
Oh, wow.
And then it always comes in threes for me. I ended up in a bad car accident, had 3 broken ribs.
Sounds like it comes in
I had to have neck
fives.
surgery. Just one thing after
Yeah, it sounds
another.
like it comes in dozens, actually.
Lisa, I think you should stop saying that.
Oh, sorry. No crap. But anyways, as I was going through all this, I dipped out.
Did I miss a dump?
I don't know.
Yes, fleeting mention. FCC doesn't care.
Can't
All
get
right, go
where the
ahead.
edge was.
Yeah, I dipped out. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want anybody to talk to me. I didn't want to, I didn't want anybody to know what I was going through because it was very hard, and I'm a pretty tough-ass lady. So I dipped out for a while, and it was actually really good for me.
So it felt good. So how long did you dump out of social media? How long was it?
I would say at least 7 months.
All right, and are you having a good roll now? Are you having some good luck? Are you not having the world collapse on you?
No, everything's healed. My neck surgery was 3 months ago. I don't have pain anymore. Now I might get on Facebook maybe once a day, if even that. I do like TikTok, though.
But,
everything you said was perfect.
Until you said you're handing all your private data over to the Chinese Communist government. Lisa, thanks for the call.
I'm just kidding.
Let's grab Jeff's in Brooksville. Hey, Jeff, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning.
All right, so Jeff, have you walked away from social media? Are you, totally sucked in? What's the story?
I have never in my life at 44 years old ever been on it at all.
Yeah.
But I have 6 kids and a wife that think it's oxygen, I guess.
Oh, yeah, Jeff.
That's how they live.
I
And
love,
I've watched them and I watch them and I try to get them to stop and it just consumes everything.
Hey, Jeff, can I be honest? Dude, I envy you.
Yeah.
You're 44 years old and you've never been on social media. I envy you, pal.
And I love...
I've seen what it does to everybody, and I love to, if I have extra time and I'm not at work, I'm outside doing something.
Jeff, if you're my friend and you and I go to dinner, it's so fun to catch up with you and have like an authentic conversation. And it's not like, hey, Jeff, I saw you and the kids on social media, at a volleyball game. Like, there's none of like it's
I said,
fun.
I get so confused because I ask you, how do you know? I'm like, oh, yeah, the cartoon shows y'all watch all day. That's how I refer to it as the cartoon shows. Because I think people are so lost. I think they really are. A lot of people are lost today of reality and what really real conversation is.
Well, listen, how about like body dysmorphia? You have all these models. You have the Kardashians that couldn't take a real natural picture to say, and if one was accidentally posted, it's immediately pulled off. Remember, didn't a relative of one of the Kardashians post a picture poolside and it was untouched, and it was scandalous.
Yeah,
remember that whole deal? But they're affecting our kids. They're affecting their brains on what they think they're supposed to look like.
I have 4 daughters, and every picture they took in probably the last 3 years, they have their lips like puckered out. I'm talking from 13 to 17. I'm going, what? That's not how you're supposed to look. They stick their lips out in the picture. I don't understand
it's
that.
Duck face.
Maybe your daughters have natural duck faces. Maybe it's a recessive gene.
I don't know. That's how I say it. I make fun of it a little bit.
Yeah.
But
look, it's the dumbest looking thing in the world, and they continue. Like I've had to say to Chloe, stop with the duck lips. Knock it off.
All right.
Yes.
All right, buddy. Thanks for the call.
God bless you, Jeff, with your 4 girls.
That's fantastic. Guy's never been on social media.
Roxanne giving a blessing to Jeff.
But he's getting probably his fill again with his 4 daughters and his wife. If you're just tuning in, I was just sharing a story about this blogger who said that she deleted Instagram. It ate up her entire existence, and she loves it. It's been life-changing. Let's go back to phones and grab Michelle in Lakeland. Hey, Michelle, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, you guys. How you guys doing?
We're well. Go ahead.
Hey, I tried Facebook one time. No way. It does not do for me.
That's right.
My nephews asked me about Facebook, Instagram. I'm like, do what? Forget you. No. Text me, call me, or send me a picture, and that's the only way you guys can contact me.
Well, you're ready to get in touch with you. I
Look at
like
Michelle.
it.
Michelle, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm in my 50s.
And you have no social media. Look at that. Tom is in Newport Richie. Hey, Tom, welcome.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me. I literally just turned on the show and heard that people were leaving social media, and you were asking about that. I actually just went and deleted Facebook entirely, not just not just deactivated. I just deleted it. My wife and I, we got it in about 2009. And because we've got 3 kids under the age of 16, we basically were just using it for like a photo album for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that it's really easy just to download all of those photos and make it really easy. So we downloaded them and then literally just deleted it like 3 days ago.
Nice.
People think you're so great.
Yeah, Zuckerberg just got the message and he's pissed.
Hey, buddy, thank you, Tom, and I wish you the best. Just don't delete the MJ Morning Show, okay?
Wouldn't do it, yes.
Thank you, pal. Marina is in Newport Richie. Hey, Marina, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hi, MJ. Hi, guys. I listen to you every single morning, and I have deleted all social media since 2016, Facebook. Every year for Lent, I gave up a social media, and 2 years was the last one. That was Instagram, and that's it. I have a cell phone. I have your number. You can text me. You can call me, and that's it.
Thanks for the call. I appreciate it, Marina. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you. Mike is in Wesley Chapel. Hey, Mike, you're on the, hang on a sec. What is it? Mike's on 5?
Yeah, 5.
All right, Mike's on 5. Hey, Mike, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, go ahead.
Yeah, it's like I was saying, I don't post pictures of my food or anything. I don't really do a lot of social media. I do it for work on TikTok, and I have about 25,000 followers, but that's work. But I'll get on.
Wait a sec. You've got 25,000 followers on your TikTok?
Yeah, well, I do it. It's kind of a thing that I do with work.
All right, so what is it that you do at work that interests 25,000 people?
Well, it's a little bit different. It's I post videos about keeping children secure on the internet and through social media.
Oh, that sounds worth. Now, what do you think about the security of TikTok, though? The fact that the Chinese Communist government is accused of having full access to TikTok and, gleaning our personal data. What do you think about that?
I think it's well. Here's the thing. I posted a rant about 2 years ago that had something to do with someone that posted a video, and they didn't get a job they should have gotten because of a video that I found because I was doing recruiting at the time and I did a background check.
Right.
And I started posting about that, and I posted how children will post these videos and they'll come back to haunt them, or pictures or whatever. And TikTok continuously banned me, canceled my account, ghosted me. I went from 1.5 million views all the way down to, if I post a video now, it gets a few hundred views.
Wow, that's who's doing that? That's Xi Jinping.
Yes,
that's
yeah. I don't know who's doing it, but they don't want it out there that kids are vulnerable for posting sexual videos or videos that they shouldn't.
Wow, thank you, buddy. I appreciate the call.
Yeah. You have a good day.
You too. Thanks for listening. Dave in Lando Lakes. Hello, Dave. You're on the MJ Morning Show. A couple more calls on this, Andrew, and I got to move on because I'm not going to be able to get everything in today. Dave, Dave, and then I'll take one more after this. Hey, Dave, what's up?
It's actually Jason, not Dave, but I used to work
Hold on a minute. We had Line instead of Lisa. You're Jason.
Close.
All right, but it
He's
says
Jason, not
Dave. All right.
I did a good job today.
Go ahead, Jason.
I used to work for a giant national company here in Tampa as their content media manager. So, I was posting social media every day. And I actually, leaving that job and leaving social media in general, because what I was life-changing. And what I found was...
that's what the blogger said. The blogger used that exact terminology, that getting off of Instagram, deleting it, was life-changing.
I was in social media every day, obviously for my job, but also, it's attached to some of your personal accounts as well. So I was being my personal accounts all the time. And I tell you what, Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all them, they end up ruining friendships because there's so many people that love posting their negative things and their opinions, and everybody's so emotional on there. You end up getting into these conversations that just turn dark really quickly. So I ended up losing some really good friends just because they were just consistently posting opinions and things on there that was negative, and we couldn't take it anymore. And calling that out was really difficult for them. And I'm off it now completely. Basically, I don't touch social media at all, and I find it refreshing. My wife's still on there, and she thinks now everything's gonna kill her, and everything's the world's falling apart. And I had to step away from all that.
Dave, thanks for the call. All right, last call, and it's GW. I'm looking at the comments section on my call screener on the computer screen, and GW is about to tell us that his wife is addicted. Hello, GW. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show. Last call on this.
Okay, MJ, I'm an ambassador for this show. It's fabulous. I 84 years old, never been on social media.
Whoa. Hold on a minute. Whoa. GW, you're 84 years old?
Yes.
That is incredible. All right, go ahead.
Well, how about I got a defibrillator, pacemaker, peg valve, but I'm still swimming in the intercoastal. Anyway,
look out for gators, man.
On Earth. I got the right woman. She's my angel on Earth, but she's terminal incurable disease. I'm a caregiver, and this social media, it's like living alone. She's only up 2-3 hours a day, and she's got to do the games on the phone, and I take that back. I just realized she's not on social media. She's on her phone. Forgive me. I probably shouldn't have called in.
No, it's the same.
This is the best call of the morning.
Thank you, GW.
She's not on social media. She's on the phone.
Right, she's just on her phone.
But with a woman like this girl, I can't take that away from her, but it's like living alone because the addiction is really, really bad.
Just on the device. Hey, GW, thank you, buddy. 84 years old. Dude, you don't sound a day over like 50.
Wait till you see the mystery merchandise I'm bringing you.
If it's a defibrillator.
Something special for Wildy, a.k.a. Roxanne.
Wildy. Look at this guy. This guy's a spry 84 years old, man. I love this dude. Hey, GW.
You ain't seen nothing yet. You guys are I wrote a note to Fester and to you. You got to read what you don't realize what you're doing for people. I was in my worst. Lose 2 sons within 8 months, and if it wasn't for your show, I wouldn't feel like this now, and I wouldn't have continued with my life. So this could be life-saving, my friend. That's all I got to
God.
say.
Dude, listen, GW, this is what wonderful words, and we take it for granted, I think. I think, GW, you bring up a good point, and I don't want to belabor this, but I think sometimes we show up to do this job like anyone that shows up to do whatever they do for a living. Yeah. And sometimes I don't think we fully process the effect that we have on people's lives. GW, thank you for a very moving phone call.
You don't know what you're doing for people because you share your personal lives. You're real. You've got a mix there that you guys should never break up. You should be together in the ever after because it's a hell of a blend. You have a great day.
Deep.
Thank you, GW. Wow.
You think you loan me $100?
It's the best call of the day. Hey, GW, leave me in your will.
That's the thing.
He's so sweet.
GW, put me in your will.
For all of the people that we've affected or touched or feel akin to, nobody's left us in their will.
Yeah, and I've joked about that for years.
And we have some rich, they would think nothing of it. A couple of hundo thouso.
I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I have joked about that. Well, I've mentioned this for probably 25, 30 years. I have occasionally said, hey, if you love my show, hey, put me in your will. And it's sort of like it's kind of like a bit now. Am I ever going to get a phone call or an email from like an executor or an attorney? Please come down for the reading of the will. You're included. Is it ever going to happen? Is anyone ever going to leave me in their will and leave me like $29 million or something?
What?
I mean, you got people that leave money to dogs and cats.
Greenpeace. People leave Greenpeace in their will.
Don't leave money to Greenpeace.
They're fine.
Leave money to me.
Okay. No one has said that they're going to leave you any money yet on the text lines, but I literally have 15 messages that I second GW's opinion. GW is 100% correct. Like so many nice messages that
people love GW. That's for sure.
GW,
Hey, do you want to hear something funny?
Oh, well, let's do something funny now.
I can't reveal the name of the person, but I had a conversation. I met somebody, friend of a friend, and they were a bartender at Steven Spielberg's house in the 1980s.
Okay.
In the Hamptons.
All right.
On Long Island.
Okay.
And they stole a big metal lighter from a table inside of Steven Spielberg's house, and they still have it.
Like one of those the table lighters?
One of those,
those old smoking table lighters?
Big, giant, like an ornament lighter that looks like a knick-knack or something, and it, like in the center, it had like a lighter. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So I know somebody that ripped off a knick-knack from Steven Spielberg's house on Long Island out in the Hamptons back in the 1980s.
We need a picture of this. I want to see what his lighter looked like.
Do you think that people would call up and tell us stuff that they've stolen from people's houses?
I used to steal CD. You know me.
I mean, hold on, MJ.
That's how I got my whole CD collection.
Yeah, I mean,
during your high school party days, right?
Yeah, it's just
that is awful.
Case logic after case logic.
But no one likes people that steal.
Yes. I haven't done it since.
Steven Spielberg's still pissed off at this bartender from 1983.
Yeah, I just had a conversation with somebody.
And you can't give out names I'm not, because Spielberg's going to come after him?
I'm not going to give out the name, but this individual was bartending in New York back in the 1980s. It just like weekend party, like a catering, and it was part of like a crew, and ripped off a big giant table lighter from Steven Spielberg's house. You know what? I wonder, either the phones will blow up on this, or this will be an absolute dud.
All right.
What have you stolen from people's houses?
I don't know how I feel about this.
Maybe a friend, maybe an acquaintance. Were you at somebody's party? Have you ever stolen something from somebody's house?
It's got to be good, though. I mean, you're leading up with a lighter from Spielberg's house in the 1980s.
Well, listen, I'll test the waters
I don't
here.
want somebody calling, I took the hand towels from Jeff's house.
Listen, this is a spontaneous show. I don't know what I'm doing half the time from 1 minute to the next. Well, maybe half the time. All right, maybe so 800-990-1047. I don't know what the response is going to be like. You can remain completely anonymous. If you don't want to use your name, that's fine. You want to use a pseudonym, that's fine. What have you stolen from someone's house? It's going to be 20 years ago.
Can you text the person and have them send us a picture of the lighter?
800, yeah, probably could.
I really want to see what the Spielberg's lighter looks like.
800-990-1047. I'm like, how obscure. I'm in this conversation and like this just comes up. Yeah, I stole a lighter from Steven Spielberg's house. I'm like, what? It's like a game of Mad Libs? All right, look at the phones are ringing. 800-990-1047. And then we got an update on Jamie Foxx where, Roxanne, I think you had really early information on Jamie Foxx when we talked about this last week.
Yeah, we did.
All right, so hold on. Let's go to phones here quickly. I'll see if we can scare up a couple of calls. What have you stolen from somebody's house? What did you pilfer? What did you get all sticky-fingered on? 800-990-1047. And if you want to remain completely anonymous, that's fine. Let's grab Dennis. Dennis in Hudson. Hi, Dennis. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi. How are you guys?
Doing well. Have you stolen something from somebody's house?
Yeah, actually, when I was about 18 years old, just moved out of my house, from my parents' house. Moved in with my buddy. We rented his parents' house. We had no furniture in the house. So one night we tried to go, we need furniture in the living room. So we went down the street after partying and actually took furniture patio from somebody down the street.
You ripped off patio furniture from someone's house?
That was our furniture.
All right, but wait a minute. But you didn't know these people, though, did you?
No, not really.
That's just called theft, sir.
Yeah, that's it's not. See, I'm kind of looking for stories. You're in someone's house. You're at a dinner party. You're at some kind of gathering. Yeah.
All right, so maybe we should narrow the search a little bit.
Well, no,
we're not looking for thieves to call in. Stole.
We just snuck out back. We stole their patio furniture.
MJ, you ever hear of a porch pirate? That's what I am. I stole a bunch of boxes off some rando house.
Hold on. Hey, it looks like we might have another celebrity confession here.
See, that's what we need. Something specific.
Yeah. Anonymous. Hey, Anonymous, you're on the MJ Morning Show. What did you steal?
So I have two. I was at a party at Cyndi Lauper's house.
Oh, my God. You're at a party at Cyndi Lauper's house?
In the 2010s, and I took her nail clippers from a guest bathroom.
Wait a minute. You stole nail clippers from Cyndi Lauper's bathroom?
Good thing psoriasis isn't contagious.
Yeah, well, I didn't use them. Like, it was drunk, and just kind of like this.
All right, do you still have Cyndi Lauper's nail clippers?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I've moved so many times. I mean, maybe. Who knows?
All right, what's your second story?
I was at a friend of a friend's, and it was at Patty LaPone's house, and I took she had poopery in her guest bathroom, and I took that.
You took the poopery out of whose house? Poopery.
I call
Patty
it
LaPone.
potpourri.
Patty LaPone?
Yeah, why do I know that name?
Patty LaBelle?
She's a very famous Broadway actress. Like, look her up.
So you it's potpourri. You stole her potpourri.
No, it's called poopery.
Potpourri.
Can we ask how we ended up at Cyndi Lauper's party?
Yeah, how did you end up at Cyndi Lauper's house?
It was a friend of a friend.
What the? Who are you hanging out with?
How was the party?
It was fun. It was great. She's an excellent hostess, and she performed, and it was awesome. It was just super casual.
Well, now we know your true colors, you thief.
Look at this. All right, hey, call us up the next time you rip off a celebrity, okay?
Oh, girls just want to have fun.
That's all they want to do. All right, thanks.
That's it. I mean, can you imagine that? Hey, see these nail clippers? I stole them from Cyndi Lauper's house. Girls just want to have nail clippers. Let me go back to phones. Let me go. Fester, can you put my screener back up, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
I'll try
How
to look
about
up
that?
Cyndi Lauper songs to make more joke references.
Chelsea in Clearwater. Hello, Chelsea. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi, guys. Long-time listener here. This goes in line. Definitely not at Cyndi Lauper's house.
Okay.
But I thought this was a funny one. My mom had a cleaning company for years, and she had one of these horror stories where she was cleaning one of her good friends at this point's house, and she had beautiful jewelry. So she decided to put her ring on while she was cleaning to see how it would look on her hand, and she got it stuck. She got her like brand new ruby diamond stuck on her hand, and she couldn't get it off.
Oh my! So what happened?
She panicked, and she had to go home and get it off. And she came back the next day, was just going to return it without telling them how embarrassing it had happened. And she said they had her sitting down on the couch, and they said, "All right, Tony, we got to have a discussion with you. We're missing a ring," and she had to come clean that she decided to put it on her hand, and she was too embarrassed to tell them.
Did they fire her, or did she remain?
They fired her.
Oh. All right, Chelsea, thank you for the call. Have a great day.
You too.
Oh, guys, you're not going to believe this. You are not going to believe this.
What?
Steven Spielberg's calling in right now.
Wow.
Yeah. Hi, Steven Spielberg. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning.
Yes, Steven.
Listen, you tell that SOB, I know who he is. I want my lighter back. He's got 2 weeks. He knows how to find me. If I don't get my lighter back, the authorities will be knocking on his door.
Mr. Spielberg.
Is that the best you can do, Mr. Spielberg? Is that the best you can do? Can't you send E.T. to his house or something?
Found home.
Well, I don't like a thief.
I gotta say, listen, I appreciate good jokes.
Some effort.
I might have had higher expectations.
I don't know that Steven Spielberg impersonation humor is ranking on anybody's list.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Steven Spielberg.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steven Spielberg calling
Let's just
in.
have an unwritten contract that we'll make the jokes and you'll listen.
Anonymous is in Tampa. Hello, Anonymous. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing well. Why do you want to remain anonymous? Is it that egregious?
No, it's just that my profession doesn't really like what I'm about to say.
Okay. I'm biting. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I think it's funny. I'm just in the medical profession, and I really can't say. But way back in the day, I was with a group of friends partying, and we were smoking some herb, and there was this big old bag laying there, and I made a joke that I was going to take it, and I did. I put it in my purse, and I left, and I actually had some people calling me up about why did I steal their weed.
Not a very good thief, man.
And are you a doctor or a nurse? What do you do in the medical profession?
Yeah, I'm a nurse, and but I stole a big bag, and it was like I thought it was funny because I put it in my purse, but we were all drinking, and I left with it.
Thanks for the call, Anonymous. All right, a few more, and then we'll move on. David in Tarpon. Hello, David. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, good morning.
Hi.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. Loud and clear. All right, so David, what did you steal from somebody's house?
Well, I didn't steal. I was I did hair and makeup for film and television for many years, and I was working with Sammy Davis Jr. at a muscular dystrophy thing.
Oh my God.
Well, he left his jacket with me for the whole time, and it had a diamond brooch on it that was about the size of a credit card. It was absolutely gorgeous. We're talking about several dozen diamonds on this $sign brooch that he had on his jacket. Have a good day, guys. Love y'all. Be good, be kind. Be humble, be wise. Make good decisions.
Whoa,
Who are you saying goodbye to?
Make good. This guy's about to tell us he ripped off Sammy Davis Jr.'s jacket, and he's now. Hey, David, who are you talking to?
My kids. I have 2 children, a 55. I have a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old.
Okay, all right. So you're setting him off to school and make good decisions today. That's very good. That's
Hold
good.
on. You're telling your kids to make good decisions as you're on the radio talking about grand theft against Sammy Davis Jr.?
All right, so we don't know the whole story yet. All right, finish the story.
Let me get to the end. Okay, so he left me with his jacket. He left early and got on a plane, and it was me left there alone in the I was in Nashville, Tennessee. We were at the Grand Ole Opry House shooting this, and all I know is everybody from production started leaving, and I had this jacket of Sammy Davis Jr.'s. Of course, it's way too small for me, but I have this diamond brooch that is just nothing but diamonds in the shape of a $sign. like I said, it's about the size of a credit card.
All right, so what did you do?
No idea. Well, I had it in my possession for about 2.5 weeks, and I kept calling the people that were on that I had for contacts for the production team, and no one knew what to do with it. So I had Sammy Davis Jr.'s jacket and his diamond brooch for a couple of weeks. Finally got in touch with somebody from his team and got an address, and I didn't know, this is back in the 90s. I really was quite leery about it.
You know what would have been even better if you had Sammy Davis Jr.'s glass eyeball.
That's all I'm thinking about.
That would have been really funny.
I mean, as soon as you said Sammy Davis, I perked right up waiting for the eyeball. So, I mean, David, if you would never have called anybody or taken any steps to try to return this, nobody would have tracked you down.
Did you go to like a jewelry store to get it appraised?
Oh gosh, no. I figured his lineage and the everything behind it was pretty well documented. That I don't think he would.
All right, so you mailed the jacket back. Do you know? Did he ever send you a thank you note or anything?
Oh yeah, I've got plenty of stuff from him and pictures and all of this stuff.
But did he recognize that you sent his jacket back?
I didn't send the jacket back. He didn't want the jacket. He wanted me to take it to a particular jewelry store in Nashville, and I guess the person that owned the jewelry store in Nashville knew him, and that's where I was instructed to take.
Oh, so you dropped off because that's probably where you got the brooch. Hey, David, thanks for the call, buddy. What a story.
Where's my brooch?
Have a great one. Oh, man. Listen to look at line one. Juan is in Bradenton. Juan, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning, guys. Long-time listener, first-time caller. A story grew up in Miami. Back in the 90s, my brother worked for Stanley Steamer. And they were shampooing some carpets at Luther Campbell's from the Two Live Crew.
Oh, my God. Don't tell me he stole from Luther Campbell from Two Live Crew?
Yes, sir. He stole a big-ass watch. It was MTV Yo Raps.
Yo MTV Raps.
Yo MTV Raps? They gave him a watch?
Yeah. And I remember I was a senior in high school, and I took it to school, and I was like, wow, like everybody was like freaking out,
Oh, my God. That could be deadly, stealing from Luther Campbell of Two Live Crew.
Yeah, my brother, he lived on the edge. He's long gone. He passed away in 2011, but he had some cojones down there, man. He didn't care.
Boy, you robbed from Uncle Luke, man. That's not cool.
Cool.
I bet there was more than the Two Live Crew looking for him at the time.
Yeah.
Well, I bet. Wow, thank you. That could be very dangerous.
I don't think of Two Live Crew as like
Back then, there was like no social media or anything like that. It was kind of,
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, are there any Two Live Crew songs we could play?
Pop that.
No, we can't play that.
Probably nothing. All right, thanks for the call, Juan.
Almost all their songs had radio edits, right?
Hoochie Mama, Get It Girl. Get It Girl.
Last call.
Get It Girl. That's not bad.
Boy, look at Roxanne dating herself by knowing every Two Live Crew song.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at you.
That was the jam back in the day, huh, Rox?
Last call, Joe's in Tampa. Hello, Joe. If you're just tuning in, I told a story that I had a conversation with somebody last weekend, and I don't know how the hell it came up, but they confessed that they stole a big table lighter from Steven Spielberg's house when they were bartending back in the 1980s at Steven Spielberg's house on Long Island out in the Hamptons, like some kind of big summer party. All right, Joe, so what I'm asking listeners, what have you stolen from somebody's house? And I don't condone this behavior, but we're getting some crazy crap. Joe, last call. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just a kid. I was only 15 years old, and these new people moved into our neighborhood. Well, he says, hey, come on, let's go get this stuff out of these people's house. And they just moved it in and went back to get another load. Well, they come back. We had everything out of the house. And the people said, yeah, I seen Joe over there doing that. So they come straight to the house. I took them to go get their stuff back. And the guy that was with me stole it all from me. I wasn't going to tell him who he was until I see he ripped me off, too. But I eat everything in the refrigerator, too. Yeah, we had a blast. But I got him their stuff back, and we're still friends to this day.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate the call. Hey, interesting. I didn't know if we were going to get calls. We got to turn calls away on this. Got a lot of thieves out there.
No kidding. Listen, I'm sure you've stolen something in your life,
I've
right?
stolen nothing from someone's
please.
house.
From a hotel?
Nothing. No, I'm not talking about hotels.
Just in general, you've stolen.
I've never taken a TV or a picture off the wall at a hotel.
All right, so listen, I can't think of ever going to somebody's house and walking away with a piece of something that wasn't mine. I can't think of that. Unlike Froggy.
Hey, do you have some 2 Live Crew for me, Andrew? Do you have something?
Yeah.
What'd you pull for me? Anything? Come on, how about Me So Horny or something?
The big one.
Yeah, that was like probably their biggest commercial success. I mean, that's clean enough, right?
There's 2 versions of that
God,
song.
they're talking. Don't.
Yeah, don't. I don't want to hear them talking.
We need the radio edit version.
Yeah, give me the beginning of the song. Do you have it, Andrew? There you go. Remember this thing? Da-da-da, da-da-da. There you go.
Boy, listen to that. Old Roxanne had a look of euphoria and shame on her face all at the same
Roxanne,
time.
I had no idea that you were such.
There's got to be a new word for that.
You invent it. I don't
Roxanne,
care.
I had no idea that you were such a 2 Live Crew aficionado.
Just like really dirty rap from the 90s.
Yeah, I mean,
I like 2 Live Crew.
2 Live Crew completely legitimized cursing for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I love 2 Live Crew.
Easy-E.
You used to have to hide the tape from your parents.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I have a couple of friends that are weather guys.
A couple? That's all you hang out with.
I mean, it's like your make or break.
And you know
for
what's so
friendship.
weird?
What?
I run into those weather guys everywhere.
So I've been friends with Paul Delgado from Fox 13 for many, many years. I'm friends with Dennis Phillips, the chief meteorologist at ABC Action News.
You and Steve Jervy dressed up as twins one year for Halloween, where he was like 8 feet tall and you.
Yeah, we were twins like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. Now, listen, I've known Steve Jervy. He retired from Channel 8 for years. But I got a weatherman story. And this is pretty crazy.
Is it true you used to watch Roy Leap's dog?
No, I never dog sat for Roy Leap, Scud the weather dog. But listen to this. A weather that's crazy. Oh, I don't know what this guy's thinking. A weatherman in Texas, man, he got hit hard on social media. This dude, this weather guy in Texas, warned kids not to ring his doorbell because he had a loaded gun. What? Yeah, an original Facebook post from iWeatherNet. This is a meteorologist page covering weather in Dallas and Atlanta. And the founder is Chris Robbins. So he's not a TV weather guy, but enough people follow him, know who he is. And he posted on social media, a child just rang my doorbell. Folks, you do not ring doorbells in 2023. My 6 was loaded. Keep your kids away. So keep your kids away. My 6 was loaded. And, that means it's like that's slang for like a 6-shot revolver,
Well, in Texas, everybody got a 6-shooter. Your buddy.
But is that nuts?
All right. So in this current climate.
Who? You can't ring a doorbell? What if you ring someone's doorbell, you assume that there's going to be a shotgun blast through the door?
Right. There was a story 2 weeks ago of a teenager who rang the wrong doorbell and the old man shot him through the door.
That is true.
You're right. This guy,
where was that? That was in Kansas City, right? Yeah.
I heard.
He had like an 84-year-old dude. And like a 16-year-old black kid went up to the house to he
like to pick up his brother, or he went to the wrong house.
He went to the wrong house because there was like 115th Street and 115th Court or Avenue or Terrace, and they're right near each other. He went to the wrong house, and you're right, the kid got blasted.
I mean, there was another story of somebody pulled in the wrong driveway and somebody shot into the car and killed somebody. I mean, there's some really, a lot of gun violence. All the gun violence is egregious, but some really dumb stories. Like, what the hell are these people thinking?
But wait a sec. Is this really a thing? You don't ring people's doorbells in 2023? I don't believe that.
Everybody has a ring.
I'll tell you what's going on in my neighborhood. I don't know. They are there for an inordinate amount of time. There are like these 2 guys canvassing my neighborhood trying to sell pest control. And the guy, they ring my buzzer, so I go out, and I didn't let him in. So they ring my buzzer, I got a little gate, and I'm on the porch. I'm like, yeah, can I help you? Yeah, I noticed you had some spider webs out here.
Get out of here!
I swear.
Oh,
I'm
they're
like,
set. They're scout. They're
I'm like, wait a second. Yeah, it's my yard. I'm gonna have some spider webs on my yard. Is this guy really gonna try to sell me on his pest control services? Because I've got spider webs that have drawn a web from like one of my my shrubs to my like gate.
Not to mention all these ant hills around here.
Oh yeah, you got some spider webs out here.
So you see these birds in the sky above your house? I could kill all of them.
But is anyone else getting these like pest control guys? They've been walking my neighborhood for like 2 weeks now, and it's like it seems that I don't know what they're doing.
Are they the laziest door-to-door guys ever?
I don't
2
know.
weeks for what neighborhood?
It's like 2 young kids, like I say kids. They're like in their, I would say they're like early 20s. And they're canvassing my neighbor. I've seen them for like 2 weeks. I'm walking the dogs. And like, hey, do you need pest control service? What? I don't even know what. They said the name of the company. I was like, what company is this? But they're like still working the hood. I'm like, what's going on here? Is this like a racket? I don't know. All right, Roxanne, on the Jamie Foxx front, Jamie Foxx finally has put a message out on social media. Jamie Foxx was hospitalized and like a mystery illness, a mystery ailment. And Roxanne, like what, a week and a half ago or so, or 2 weeks ago, you claimed that you had inside information from someone that knows Jamie Foxx or knows of the situation. And you said on our show that Jamie Foxx, you heard he suffered a stroke.
Yes. Someone he does business with. I heard from that person. And then while we were talking about it on the show, another friend of mine who's friends with his family is like, yes, he had a stroke. So,
but they have not revealed that. That is not news. I haven't seen TMZ. Hey, Fester, do a Google search, TMZ, Jamie Foxx, stroke. I don't think TMZ has reported that, and we had this a couple of weeks ago. And the latest is Jamie Foxx has broken his silence, or I don't know if it's him or somebody tweeting or going on Instagram for him.
So there's a website called Hot New Hip Hop, and said the 55-year-old actor reportedly suffered a stroke while filming an action comedy, Back in Action. According to Roxanne Wilder from the MJ Morning Show. Oh, my God.
Oh, look at that.
Wow. No,
yeah.
No, back in late April was the first time.
Jamie Foxx's spokespeople deny this and are considering legal action against Roxanne. Wow. Look at, oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh.
Really?
Jamie Foxx's sister is quoted as saying, we're going to take that bitch down. Oh, my God. Roxanne, what are you doing making enemies?
We've got to stop people from spreading false information.
Roxanne Wilder personifies all things evil. You really pissed off the Foxes. Her unfounded claims has caused our family.
But Jamie Foxx is feeling blessed as he continues to battle health issues that have left him hospitalized. This is from Page 6.
Roxanne just leaned over my shoulder to make sure it didn't say that.
We're making this all up. We're making it all up.
She's like, does it really say that? Like, no.
No, it doesn't.
Why are they so secretive about it?
I mean,
Why can't they just say what happened?
Well, that's
but I
interesting.
think it's his personal business. I maybe he just doesn't want to be not cast in the future because, hope he doesn't have a stroke again.
From his Instagram page yesterday, Page 6 writes, the actor, 55, took to social media to break his silence after he was hospitalized for a medical emergency on April 11th. Appreciate all the love. Feeling blessed, Fox wrote in an Instagram post Wednesday, along with emojis of praying hands, a red heart, and a fox. He also shared his appreciation for Nick Cannon, who took over his place as host of that game show, Beat Shazam.
Yeah. I never saw it or heard of it before yesterday.
But even the story, Page 6, the gossip column for the New York Post, they don't talk about Jamie Foxx having a stroke.
Nobody besides this real gossip hip-hop site is saying stroke.
Yeah, and Roxanne, again, had this a couple of weeks ago that she had heard that he had a stroke. But they're not revealing that. There's a reason why they're keeping that quiet.
HIPAA.
No, HIPAA's only medical professionals.
I know. I'm kidding.
And Jamie Foxx, he can reveal if he wants to.
Well, this is a big deal.
If he wants to, he can say, listen, I suffered a stroke. Maybe he doesn't want to, I guess, at 55 years old, which is still pretty young, maybe he doesn't want to, spook the movie companies about, listen, we can't hire Jamie Foxx. What if he strokes out or something?
I wouldn't want to put that out there if I thought, okay, I'm going to come back from this and I don't need this, I don't need people judging me for that.
All right. Have you ever heard, this is crazy, have you ever heard of a vote on an airplane to see if you want to kick a passenger off?
Oh, I only want to fly that.
Like kicking somebody out of the Big Brother house?
Removal by committee.
Or kicking somebody off of like Survivor Island or something? I mean, there is a story of a U.S. airline. This is a recent story, just happened. And there was a fight on one of the lower cost, ultra low cost airlines. I think you can take a guess of which ones are in contention here. But they booted a couple of people off the plane. But then the flight attendant was asking the rest of the passengers, do you want this person to be kicked off too? We have audio. This is a crazy story. So we'll get into that coming up. Also, Fester is very disgruntled with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees list.
It just goes to show what a sham the whole Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is.
I need you to be more gruntled and not disgruntled.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, tell me I'm wrong.
We're going to gruntle you up when we come back.
All right, we're back in a minute. Oh, and it's not bad enough that Aaron Carter died. Why are you grabbing your face over there?
I'm just waiting for the next sentence because it's not bad enough that he died. That's pretty bad.
Now Aaron Carter and Nick Carter's mother's been arrested. And you're not going to believe over what. Now, I've seen some fights over this.
I was about to say, that family has been in the news, in it for...
Man, I'll tell you what, they got some issues going on. All right, all that and more as we're back in minutes on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. Hey, guys, before I forget, welcome back, folks. MJ Morning Show here on Q105. I got a text from Bo Zimmer yesterday. Bo Zimmer, of course, used to be at Channel 10, longtime reporter. Then he left, and he's now at the communications department at Tampa International Airport. And remember, they started giving, like, special tours?
Yeah.
And we had him on. We're like, hey, we got to do a tour with the MJ Morning Show. And he was asking, hey, when you guys coming? He texted me yesterday. You guys still coming for the tour? And so we got to kind of put a little date together so we can all roll out and take the back stage tour at Tampa International Airport.
And we can do a web post about it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, look at that.
We have to go on the tour with each other?
I think that's more efficient than each of us individually booking a tour.
The last thing I want to do is hang around an airport with Froggy.
What?
I mean, you don't want to hang around an airport with me, right?
I don't want to hang out
Anywhere with me, right? Yeah, so,
All right,
I'm not that far off.
I got to get back to him, and I definitely want to do this. All right, 8:58, it's the MJ Morning Show here at Q105. So a little over an hour from right now, the next of the Rock the Cash Box words. So we'll give you the special word at 10 o'clock. So right after we end the show at 10 o'clock, new cash box word for Rock the Cash Box, and then you text it to our nationwide text line. You can win $1,000. So we do it at 8 a.m. It's coming up again at 10 a.m. in just a bit, then 12 noon, 3 p.m., and 5 p.m. Don't forget, we're also giving away the Microsoft Surface Pro 8 tablets beginning on May 15th. Brought to you by Two College Brothers Moving and Storage. Thank you, guys. We're giving away 40. I can't even grasp it. We're giving away 40 tablets. 40 winners of these Microsoft Surface tablets, originally retailed at $1,100 a piece. These are full Windows computers, and I use the Surface Pro 8 every single day. It's my number one go-to computer these days. Love it. And thanks to DonTheITGuy.com. Don's the one that got me hooked on I never even thought about using the Microsoft Surface Pro tablet. And Don's like, you got to use it. Because I just had this thing, I don't want to use it. It's not going to replace my real Lenovo ThinkPad laptop. And it does. And it's much smaller, and it fits in my carry-on bag, and it's not bulky, and I love it. And we're giving away 40 of them beginning on Monday, the 15th of May, right here on the MJ Morning Show. So every day for 2 weeks, we're giving away one every hour. So Monday, May 15th, then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday that week, we're giving away the tablets in the 6, 7, 8, and 9 o'clock hours. Every hour, every day for 2 weeks straight. I mean, this is incredible. All right, 9 o'clock exactly. Couple of things. I have never heard of a flight attendant getting on the PA system asking, hey, do you want to kick this passenger off the plane?
It makes sense if you think about it.
Was it like
how does it make sense?
Yay or nay?
Yeah.
Was it a Roman vote where you had to hold your thumbs up or thumbs down? Or did you go to each person and just was it secret ballot?
Yeah, secret. Yep. Write it on a piece of paper.
All right.
Video was posted online, and it shows a woman being voted off a Frontier Airlines flight from Trenton, New Jersey to Atlanta earlier this week. There was a verbal altercation between a couple, a flight attendant, and another passenger sitting a couple of rows away. Mind your own bleeping business, a female passenger is heard yelling on the plane as it sat at the gate. Later, she pleaded with the flight attendant not to kick her off and the man that she was with on the flight. It's unbelievable. Ground crew members in orange vests eventually pulled the couple off the flight. But then other passengers took a vote on whether to kick a third person off the Frontier flight.
This is just like Big Brother. Expect the unexpected.
They should do don't they have the light? Yeah. Turn on the light for yes.
All right. Everybody who votes yay.
Yeah, hit the call button.
Hit the call.
Bing, yeah, bing, dong. Bing. Yeah.
All right. Everybody votes nay. Now you hit it.
I've never heard of this in my life. You're not free to get kicked off the airplane.
You're out of here.
This is airplane justice. This is how it should be, man.
Airplane justice.
I'm all for this Wild West approach. Out in the frontier, this is how we do it.
All right, you got to hear this. How many clips do I have? I've got 3 clips. So you got some mayhem on the airplane.
The video posted to TikTok shows a full-blown argument between passengers on board a Frontier Airlines flight. At one point, a man even throws money at another passenger. A passenger says that a couple argued with a flight attendant over a seat before being removed. All this unfolded as the plane, bound for Atlanta, sat on the tarmac on Monday afternoon.
Oh, don't say tarmac. Pilots hate when you say tarmac.
No.
It's the ramp.
Do pilots prefer cockpit or do they like flight deck?
Flight deck.
Oh,
I've heard
God.
both. I don't think it matters.
They should combine the two and call it the cock deck.
Hey.
I mean, what? Make everybody happy. Cockpit, flight deck, combine them, boop, you get cock deck.
About 40, 50 people here that would like her removed from the flight. If you want her removed from the flight, please raise your hand. I'm not even kidding. If you can hear me, raise your hand if you want her removed from the flight. What? I'm not even kidding. I got 40 hands up. Sir.
Sounds like a frat.
Sir, I want her off the plane. I don't care. I'm trying to prove a point. You want to be a dick to people? We gonna be a dick back. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm not even kidding. She literally. Oh, now you hung up. Oh, now you're quiet? All right.
There you go.
You can give it out, but you can't take it.
Frontier Airlines.
Just to clarify, who's
Yeah.
talking? Who's talking?
One report says it's another passenger, and then there's another report that was saying that it was the flight attendant.
That sounds like another passenger.
Yeah, that didn't sound very flight attendant-y.
Right. But I've never heard of this. But wait a minute. Let's say that it was passengers and they're trying to vote somebody off the island. Is the flight crew really going to abide by, like, mob mentality?
They should.
Wow.
Come on, guys. Guys, don't say anything back, please. Just let her go.
I mean, this is just craziness. Listen.
30,000 feet, you can't be arguing anymore. Just grab this stuff.
All right, that's the flight attendant there. So the flight attendant's like, we can't have fights. You can't be arguing at 30,000 feet. So that was the justification for pulling people off the airplane. But according to the news report out of Philadelphia television, because Philadelphia TV covers Trenton, New Jersey and southern Jersey, where the Frontier flight was taking off from, the report was that no arrests were made and there was no police interaction. So they threw two people off, then they voted a third off the airplane.
By the time the cops get there, they're like, all right, everything's done.
It's like Lord of the Flies Airlines or something.
Seriously.
Where's Piggy?
Yep.
Thank you for flying Lord of the Flies Airlines. Hope you have a nice day.
Golly.
That's insane. All right, now, I don't know what's going on in the Carter family, but it wasn't Nick accused. Nick Carter was accused of kind of like some Me Too stuff, right? Whatever happened? Anything ever? I know that he totally vehemently denied anything. So Nick Carter had some accusations against him. And we knew Nick for years. When we were over across the street in 93, we knew Nick for years. Nick used to come into the studio. Froggy 1 humped his leg daily.
I mean,
let's clarify. That's
the
old
old
Froggy.
That's old Froggy.
yes.
Froggy 1, yeah.
I could care less about celebrities.
That's Froggy number 1. But now we've got Aaron Carter has died. What'd they say? He was found, dead in his bathtub, and what was the cause of death? Remember, was he huffing and pills and I mean, all kinds of stuff. So Aaron Carter passed away, and now we have Aaron Carter's mother, and Nick Carter's mother has been arrested for battery over a TV volume argument inside the house. Nick and Aaron Carter's mom ended up in jail after arguing with her husband over the television remote control. It's kind of funny. Television remote control has batteries, and you get charged with battery. Is that double A or single A?
We're going to charge you with remote control.
I'm sorry, triple. What do you have? You have double
A and triple A.
Double and triple. Well, there's no single A.
There's single A.
Is there?
What's
baseball?
No.
Batteries.
Batteries. Yeah,
there's single A batteries.
Why is there not a single A battery?
There is.
What's single A? Double A is the normal battery, and then triple A are the smaller ones. So what's single A?
I gotta type into Google.
Yeah,
now. I don't know.
What's? All right, so law enforcement sources told TMZ that Jane Schneck was arrested after drinking with an adult family member and getting into a verbal altercation that then turned physical. TMZ was told that Jane was listening to music so loudly on her TV that her husband couldn't go to sleep. They had a confrontation over the remote. Sources say that Jane grabbed his wrist because he had whipped out his phone to record what was happening.
He's making a TikTok video in his own house of his wife?
I never said TikTok.
Well, whatever he's doing. Pulling out his phone to record this guy.
When cops got to Jane's home here in Florida, officers watched the cell phone video and decided that they had enough to arrest Jane for battery. All over a TV remote and high volume. Man, I'll tell you what. I mean, your son just died of like a drug overdose. I mean, try not to like get into a battery incident.
Yeah.
For real.
Over the remote.
Oh, those Carters.
Yeah.
Always something.
Yeah. All right. Fester's disgruntled. By the way, we had a whole conversation this morning, folks. At 6 o'clock this morning, when we're opening up the show, I noticed that Fester had like a funja face going on, and Fester was he had mentioned that he's just.
I talked to you about it last night.
Yeah.
I sent you a message about it last night. This is screwed up.
Yeah. Fester sent me a note to a link about the new Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees, and Fester's like, "This list sucks."
There's some talented people on the list, but the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame does not.
Yeah, George Michael is on the list.
Yeah, well,
a lot more.
He doesn't belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Whoa. You don't think George Michael? Absolutely.
Yeah, he does.
What is wrong with you? George Michael absolutely belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
You're just saying because of the music genre, right?
He's a poppy.
Pop guy.
He's a poppy rocker.
He's not I don't think of I don't put Bon Jovi and
Dude,
George Michael in the same group.
Half the inductees are pop artists, not like heavy rock.
Yeah, it's like
All right, we got Kate Bush is on the list, who had one song 20 years ago that got revived by that Netflix show.
Stranger Things.
There you
rocking.
go.
What was the name of that show?
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things on Netflix.
This is a terrible song.
It really is a dirge.
It's an awful song.
Yeah. Anyway, so
nobody knew who she was for 3 decades.
Well, I mentioned this morning, we come on the air at 6 o'clock, and I said something to the effect that Fester is disgruntled. And then I said, you know what? Fester, you are always disgruntled. And I said, I would like you to be more gruntled and not disgruntled.
Right.
And the whole crew jumps on me. That's not a word. Disgruntled. Gruntled. No, gruntled is a word.
Apparently
because
it is.
But nobody uses it. I will say that.
If you are disgruntled, it means that you're not gruntled.
I've heard disgruntled in my life 10 million times. Never heard gruntled until today.
Gruntled, if you're gruntled, that means you're happy.
I am gruntled to learn about the word gruntled.
If you're disgruntled, you're unhappy. All right, so here's the deal. We have the list of 2023 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. And Fester doesn't like the list.
The list kind of sucks.
Every year it's sort of,
I mean, why is Sheryl Crow on the list?
13 honorees will be celebrated at an induction ceremony and concert that'll take place on November 3rd at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Oh, there's no media partner. Wow, the contract with HBO expired.
Yeah, all the media partners realize this list sucks. Like, we don't want this on our...
That's not true. It's not a suck. Anyway, this is what has Fester all aggravated. So in the performer category, here's the list of the 38th annual inductees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. And it's Kate Bush. Fester's all disgruntled.
Well, you know what's weird, though?
Hey, go ahead.
Is these noises he makes to express his disgruntledness actually sound like grunts.
They are.
It's not. Nobody's
That's so
listen,
confusing.
nobody's disgruntled, and I don't appreciate you slandering my character by saying I'm always disgruntled. I'm pointing out obvious facts.
And you know
this
what?
list sucks.
That's what people think. Disgruntled, it means people just, I'm grunting. I'm so angry, I'm disgruntled. I'm grunting.
All right, Sheryl Crow.
All right,
just
so
one song.
Next on the list,
Sheryl Crow had one song.
Yeah, the Sunset Boulevard thing.
Next on the list is Sheryl Crow. All I wanna do is have some fun. So,
what's that instrument called, Froggy?
I don't know. Put it back on. I like that.
Like a little crank.
What's this thing?
Little grinder. Yeah.
You mean the little, where you take the wooden stick and you go over the rib wood device?
Yeah, that's my favorite instrument.
That's the coolest part about this song.
It's called a clavicle-rama. I have no idea.
You know what gruntled means, but you don't know what instrument that is? Wow.
It's the one where you rub you get that.
So maybe Sheryl Crow's a rocker. Maybe she has one hit. Name a second Sheryl Crow song, Froggy.
Oh, The Day I Loved You.
Come On, Eileen.
Roses Are Blue.
I can't even say if you're right or wrong because I don't know a second Sheryl Crow song.
If it makes you happy.
Oh, if it makes you happy, that's right. There you go.
There you go.
You looked it up.
I did.
Fester's not happy. Fester's disgruntled.
All right, so maybe Sheryl Crow belongs on the list. Maybe.
Missy Elliott.
Why?
Missy Misdemeanor Elliott.
I love Missy Elliott, but she's not a rock and roll person.
What is she?
A rap?
Oh.
Should they have a rap Hall of Fame?
George Michael's on the list. George Michael should be on the list.
All right.
Isn't he dead?
Yeah, he's not.
You can make the hall dead.
Right.
You know. Faith on your, would you say on your back?
No, he has that monkey song.
On your back.
Monkey on your back.
I didn't know we're doing an old George Michael mashup.
I think he qualifies.
Okay, George Michael, he could qualify.
Yes.
Willie Nelson is on the list.
Isn't there a Hillbilly Music Hall of Fame out there somewhere?
There is. They hold that at Dollywood every year.
Listen, put Willie Nelson in the main room at the Hillbilly Chachuan Hall of Fame.
Who's going to open with him?
Conway Twitty.
So you don't think that Willie Nelson ought to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
On the road again.
Nope.
Yeah. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
I have a friend that knows his son, and he's the biggest douche.
Lucas?
Yeah.
Lucas, you want to talk about a guy who has no talent and has a famous father? Lucas Nelson.
He's a hack.
Have you ever heard of a Lucas Nelson concert? No. I went to a Willie Nelson concert with my dad, right?
Yeah.
And it was Willie Nelson and friends, and he let his hack of a son go for like 45 minutes. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And then Willie walks out with a bunch of 80-year-olds and start belting out.
All right, get out of here,
Blue
kid.
Eyes crying in the rain. And
What is the biggest Rage Against the Machine song?
Killing in the name of...
What? Killing in the name?
No.
What is the name of that?
I don't know.
Killing in the Name?
Yeah.
So is that the biggest Rage? So do you think Rage Against the Machine ought to be inducted?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
well,
like,
they're rocking.
That's a rock and roll band.
I like
their
their stuff like from The Crow, the movie The Crow.
Yeah.
Darkness.
Yeah. All right. So,
Darkness, everybody.
so Festa, you approve of Rage Against the Machine on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. All right. So you
Absolutely.
you're okay with that one?
And the Country Music Hall of Fame should not put Rage Against the Machine in their hall.
Yes, good point.
What
Heard.
about the Spinners? Should the Spinners be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
One hit about office supplies and like the Motown Hall of Fame or something on that genre be more appropriate for
Why don't
the
we play
Spinners?
the song and try to guess it?
Listen, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has gone beyond like what is considered rock and roll pop music. Clearly, there's some country artists in there.
Enya.
Eminem made it, I think, last year or the year before.
Did
MJ, why don't they just call it the Music Hall of Fame and you just throw everybody
Is
in
Bobby
there?
McFarlane?
He should be in there.
So those are all in the performer category.
If you're going to put the Spinners in there, you put Bobby McFarlane in there.
In the musical excellence category, Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan.
All right.
Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan. Let me rock you, Chaka. Anyway, so Chaka. Bernie Taupin.
Huh?
Bernie Taupin is inducted in the musical excellence.
Bernie.
Do you guys have?
I can't think of a song.
Roxanne, who's Bernie Taupin?
No clue.
Come on, you have no idea who Bernie Taupin is.
Is this his song
He's
right here?
No, he didn't do this. He did not write the Match Game 74 theme. Oh, you have no idea. Get your fingers away. Don't search.
No, I'm not searching. I don't know
Don't
who it is.
search.
He's a character on Seinfeld.
Bernie Taupin?
Yeah. One of the neighbors.
No.
You don't see him as often as you see Kramer,
Hang on a minute. Froggy, do you not know who
Yes.
Bernie?
Oh, I know who he is.
All right, who is Bernie Taupin?
He wrote this song. He wrote "Skipping on the Moon."
Skipping on the moon.
Yeah.
All right, Fessa, don't blurt it. But do you think you know who Bernie Taupin is?
Yeah. I know he is.
You do.
Yeah.
All right, don't say it.
And he is a very integral part to probably the biggest act around, right?
I wouldn't say the.
Among the biggest.
He's not the biggest act around, but
Among the biggest.
He is top shelf. He is
Okay,
he
so
is the top of the top.
Everybody knows who EJ is. That was a pretty blatant clue.
All right, who's EJ?
Elton John.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So.
Oh, he's right.
Hit it. Give me a song. This is the best one you can pick,
I
Andrew.
love this song. This is
a
what
good
he
one.
sings.
This is a good one.
Johnny
Elton John.
sings this and sing.
So Bernie Taupin is the writer of many Elton John songs. So Bernie Taupin has been.
That's why a lot of them were about women, right?
Bernie Taupin has been the what?
Like a lot of the songs he was singing about girls earlier because that guy was writing it. Right?
So, well, Bernie Taupin has been the musical collaborator and writer with Elton John for like
decades,
40 years, 50 years.
How would I know that? I'm not embarrassed that I didn't know that.
Bernie Taupin?
Why would I know that?
Because that's pretty common knowledge that Bernie Taupin is like, peanut butter and jelly. Elton John and Bernie Taupin.
Oh, yeah. I always say those two things
Cookies
together.
and milk.
Peanut butter made the Hall of Fame, but jelly didn't? Oh, the Schmuckers guys have got to be pissed.
Elton and peanut butter.
9 a.m.
Elton and jelly.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be high.
That's a great song.
Listen.
Overrated.
Oh, it's not.
I'm just kidding.
Elton John is as big as the biggest act. He's a stadium act.
As big as Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I put Taylor Swift as a big stadium act.
Yeah, I agree with that.
60-year career.
Elton John's a big dude.
He's a big deal.
I'm an Elton John fan, but I don't know if I would agree he's the biggest around. I mean, he's big.
Who's
but-
bigger than-
He's big. I mean,
name a bigger international artist
Yeah.
than Elton John.
Jonas
international.
Brothers.
Okay, Jonas Brothers possibly.
BTS.
Maybe in Korea. I mean, who's bigger than Elton John? Aerosmith, they're playing Amelie to say goodbye.
Are you still disgruntled?
Yes, because this sucks. I mean, Bernie Taupin belongs on there. Maybe George Michael, Rage Against the Machine. Maybe Sheryl Crow for,
You're going over half the list.
But Willie Nelson?
You
Missing
wanna-
Misdemeanor Elliott?
Do you want to hear who got
The Rubber Band Man?
Do you want to hear?
I thought that song was
No.
about condoms up until like
the-
very recently.
The Spinners deserve to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Why?
Do you know who got screwed this year?
Who?
Would you like to hear the screwed list?
Yeah.
They're probably better than the people who made it.
A Tribe Called Quest.
Oh, yeah, they should be in it.
A Tribe Called Quest? Oh.
Okay, legendary band. However,
It's a group.
whatevs.
You ready? Guess who else got screwed?
God, did you just burp?
If the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame doesn't put in Iron Maiden, then burn the place down.
Iron Maiden got screwed.
Dude, Iron Maiden is the
New
best.
Order.
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
New Order.
Yeah.
Cindy Lauper.
How does she?
Yeah,
She did not make it. Soundgarden.
Okay, real rock and roll bands don't make it.
White Stripes.
Soundgarden and White Stripes didn't make it? Are
Yep.
in it already?
Oh, guess what? A great song.
Chumbawamba?
Little Drummer Boy?
What?
That did sound like
Come on, that's not little. Come on. That's not little drummer. No. Listen again. Name this mouth tune. Ready? You
look stupid.
Oh my God, that's a new game show.
Hold on. You have no idea what song that is?
Do that less, and maybe I'll be able to hear it.
Vessel, look away from YouTube because I'm gonna bring this up here.
Okay, my eyes closed.
Don't look at the computer.
I'm not looking.
Cover your eyes.
I am. They're covered.
Because Fester and I share a computer. All right, here we go. You guys don't know this. I gotta get past the commercial. Past the ad in 3, 2, 1. Oh man, why'd it go to another one?
Sometimes YouTube plays two ads.
I got two ads.
You gotta watch them both.
All right, I can skip it now. All right, here we go. All right, Fester, you got to be kidding me.
By the
A texter just told me. I have heard you say you like this song before.
Come on, how do you not know that I'm doing this?
It's just a chord. It doesn't need
You screwed it up. It's a dun 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 dun.
Yes.
Not a run run.
Exactly. That was throwing us off.
I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand.
Oh.
Through the streets of Soho.
You know, he died of like brain cancer or something.
The wolf or
no,
Warren Zevon?
Warren Zevon.
Oh, poor wolf.
So Warren Zevon was left off the list as well. Hey, New Order's got great stuff.
So, I mean, a bunch of real legitimate rockers didn't make the list, but we're jamming on Willie, who I love, who's a legend.
Willie.
He needs to stay in his lane, his country lane.
It's not Willie. It's not Willie's fault.
We got new Ed Sheeran news.
Ed Sheeran's going to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before we know it.
Ed Sheeran, what's going on with the trial? Can you look and see if there's an update? I mean, how long is it going to take? I got to believe the jury has got to get the Ed Sheeran case soon on whether he ripped off Marvin Gaye's
writer,
co-writer.
You know, keep it going. They're getting free concerts every day.
All right, hang on. Let's take a quick break. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next here on the MJ Morning Show. All right, so hold on. Yes.
I just saw Ed Sheeran.
Oh no, I have that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I've.
That was the latest update I saw.
I have a very interesting Ed Sheeran update.
This has really got to be a traumatic experience for him all the way around.
Yeah, there's not on the trial though. There's not an update on a verdict, but Ed Sheeran is missing something really important. Hold on, I'll tell you next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. Q105, MJ and the crew, 9:36. Final minutes of the MJ Morning Show. A lot of ground to cover. Ed Sheeran.
MJ, I got a question for you.
About Ed Sheeran?
No, just we were talking about Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I just started thinking during the break about something.
Yes.
Do you think? Do you think you will ever be in the Radio Hall of Fame? No.
Is there a Radio Hall of Fame?
Yeah,
there is.
A bunch of kiss asses make it. And
You know,
slack-ass
What do you
shows.
have to do to get in?
Fester just kind of took some words out of my mouth. So do you think, will I ever be inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame?
Yes.
I would have to say probably not, because I haven't kissed enough ass along the way.
It's really a bunch of industry butt boys. I mean, honestly, I'm not kidding.
Fester kind of took the word. I don't know if I would have put it that way, but I guess I'll just take his words. Yeah, I don't think I've been. I haven't been a butt smoocher my entire career. Now, have I done enough in radio broadcasting to qualify? Are there less qualified people than me that have made the Radio Hall of Fame?
Absolutely.
100%. Absolutely.
Yes.
Skitch and Randy.
But you have to be nominated, and then you have to have the support of all these board members. And listen, it's a lot.
Don't you have to
politics? That's what I'm looking for.
A lot of politics.
It's very, very political. Have I done enough to qualify to be in the Radio Hall of Fame? Fester just said absolutely. I think I have, absolutely. Listen, I achieved something. I don't know if another broadcaster in the country has achieved this.
A nationally syndicated radio show for 20 years, the Schnitt Show?
Well, hang on. No. Number one, 25 to 54 in the ratings in both morning drive and afternoon drive.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And I did that numerous times with the MJ Morning Show on FLZ, and then when I had the Schnitt Show in the afternoon on FLA. And I had number one, 25 to 54 in both day parts, PM drive and AM drive, morning drive and afternoon drive. And I don't think anyone in the country has ever achieved that.
If you do make it, can I give your introduction speech? Like before you come up? Like
you mean induction?
No, because he gives his own speech, right? Like in the NFL Hall of Fame, somebody introduces him.
I don't think you have to worry about it.
I don't think I have to either. I mean, I'm not blocking any days off, don't get me wrong. But just in case.
Yeah. So to answer your question, Roxanne, I don't think I will.
Okay, well.
All right. So, all right. Can I go to Ed Sheeran now?
Yeah, you can. This food is delicious. You're all stuffing our faces.
So the grumpy gringo came in honor of Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
which station? They didn't bring it to us.
They brought it to the building.
Oh, the whole building.
And Meredith is apparently very good friends with the owner, so she Meredith on the Wild Morning Show brought helped facilitate it.
I got you. All right.
So they brought in sangrias and margaritas.
You're drinking a sangria
I'm
right
gonna
now?
get drunk.
Are you? And you took a margarita too.
I took Meredith is like, hey, they brought sangrias and margaritas. You may want to take them now before the new bosses see them and flirt. I was like, listen, I'll take them all, kid.
Anyway, the Grumpy Gringo.
Yes.
Where are they from?
Have a sip of that.
They're located in St. Petersburg.
Food's very good.
Excellent food. Yeah.
The flavors, the beef, the pork, the chicken flavors are incredible. So thanks to the Grumpy Gringo for bringing food, because typically the restaurants bring food to a particular station in the building, and then the leftovers end up in the kitchen.
Well,
but they set up the whole buffet in the kitchen. So if you're saying it was for the whole building, that's fantastic. Food is very, very good.
Very good working relationship with Meredith, because we gave her a box of cereal yesterday when she was starving. She scarfed down half a box of that. So.
Oh, the icy cereal?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so Ed Sheeran, we've got some breaking news on Ed Sheeran. A couple of things. The Ed Sheeran verdict is expected today. So it is expected whether Ed Sheeran will be found liable for ripping off the Marvin Gaye song, or whether he will be found not liable in the whole Marvin Gaye deal. And, of course, we played the mashup of Ed Sheeran's song versus Let's Get It On.
Baby, my
trying to hold back this feeling for so long.
And it does kind of seamlessly edit. And, Andrew.
Duet.
Yes?
It makes a great duet.
Yeah, a mashup.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
it's the new Islands in the Stream.
What are the damages in this case?
Well, the damages would be
Are they looking for back royalties, or I mean, how do they?
Whatever money that Ed Sheeran's song made, if it was found that he ripped off the Marvin Gaye song, they could be entitled to calculated damages based on how much money that song has made, how many records were sold. You know, you look at Blurred Lines, the Blurred Lines, you know, the dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole song where they were accused of ripping off, Marvin Gaye as well, another Marvin Gaye song. They paid, was it like $8 million or something? It was an enormous amount of money. Yeah, Andrew.
Yeah, if he is found liable, they would have another phase to the trial where they would decide that.
Yeah, they'd have to calculate the penalty. So we're going to supposedly find out today. The jury should be back up in New York. It's federal court in New York to decide whether Ed Sheeran ripped off Marvin Gaye. And then the other piece of Ed Sheeran news is Ed Sheeran, because of the lawsuit and him having to be in New York, he missed his grandmother's funeral.
That sucks.
Oh, man, that is terrible.
Sorry to hear that, Ed.
Yeah. Ed Sheeran's father said that Ed is so upset that he missed his grandmother's funeral because of the copyright infringement trial.
The family's kind of screwed up, too, though. They couldn't keep the old lady on ice for another couple days.
Ed Sheeran is so upset. Come on, Fester. Can you be a little more sensitive,
Grandma
please?
dies 10 days ago. You can't postpone it 3 more days till the most famous person in your family can make it?
It's true.
Ed Sheeran was upset. He had to miss his 98-year-old grandmother's funeral.
Oh, God.
Due to the ongoing copyright trial in New York City.
He had enough time with her. 98, please.
Goodbye, Meemaw.
And then, of course, Ed Sheeran said that if he loses, he's quitting the music business. He's quitting performing.
Is that really a threat?
You make me miss my grandmama's funeral.
He's supposed to be at Ruth Eckerd Hall. And then, when is he supposed to be there?
I think it's the 19th and 20th is
of
May. So I can.
That's right. That's right. It is. It's like it's coming up in very shortly. So Ed Sheeran is supposed to do a more intimate environment one night at Ruth Eckerd Hall, and then the next night he's at Raymond James Stadium. I kind of like that. You do one intimate a smaller venue, and then you do the stadium. That's kind of a cool. Has anyone done that before? It's a cool concept, to be quite honest. You know what? I'd find him not guilty just for that.
I mean, because if he is guilty, he's canceling both dates, right?
Yeah.
He's having a loser leaves the business match.
I'll tell you what, he's feeling very, very guilty that he missed 98-year-old grandma's funeral.
Too young. Too young.
Oh, I want to play something for you guys.
Wait, before you do, can I say that his new show came out on Disney last night, Disney Plus. The Sum of It All, Ed Sheeran, The Sum of It All, and he talks about his wife's cancer diagnosis when she was pregnant.
Jeez.
What a nice
It's very dramatic music.
I didn't know he was married.
I didn't know her name's Cherry.
Just like the color of my hair.
Cherry?
Her name is Cherry.
Wait, is it Cherry or Sherry?
Or Terry?
Well, it's spelled like the fruit.
Spell it for me, please.
CHERRY.
Okay, so her name is Cherry. Cherry, okay.
Cherry.
Wow, yeah. Look at that. What do you think of my new little drama stab? Do you like that?
Actually, I think I hate it.
You don't like that?
Caught me off guard.
I like it. I was looking for the right time to use it this morning because, for years, for like drama inflections or drama impacts here on the MJ Morning Show, I've used, that. Now, I was the first one to use that, and that's been ripped off everywhere now.
I saw it on some cartoons.
I ripped it off from NBC promos off the satellite back in like 1996. And then once it went in the system over at Clear Channel, then everyone ripped it off out of there.
Every hack morning show across the country.
Exactly. Everyone uses it now. All right, so I use that for drama and impact. I'll also use this.
The beginning of the...
And then I also will use this. But now I'm adding a couple of new ones. What do you like this?
The beginning sounds like a fart, sort of. Listen again.
You know what?
Listen again.
I thought we were going to get through a whole show without you saying fart.
We should listen
or
again.
wiener.
Too late.
We should
one more. Listen.
Give it another play.
I kind of...
Do you like it?
I kind of like it because it kind of is like an ode to it sounds like a 50s crime sound.
Yeah. I
Guess where I got it?
The Green Hornet.
You want it? Guess where I got this? I got it. I've heard it for a while, but I pulled it off last night.
What, War of the Worlds?
That doesn't sound right. I pulled it off last night.
Orson Welles presents MJ Pulls It.
The Crafts are landing in New Jersey.
That's from Hawaii Five-0.
Yeah,
that's original Hawaii Five-0. That's from season 5, episode 15. But I've also heard it in other episodes as well. So it was clean. I pulled it right off my TV. Listen. Isn't that great?
So you're sitting there watching it and you're like, oh, I can't wait to pull that. That was so clean.
And then I got another one. So, hey, say something dramatic, Roxanne, in the final moments of the show today.
I got married.
I hate that one.
You hate that one?
Yeah, it's too long.
I like that one.
I'll say something dramatic.
All right, you want to try it?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Oh my gosh. My wiener fell off. All right, put it back.
All right. Where were you? Where were you when it happened?
The beach.
Okay. Daddy, I found this wiener on the beach. All right, MJ. Nothing.
That was dramatic.
They're all good.
Yeah.
Nothing replaces. Dun dun dun. No, that's the best.
We got to roll. Anything else before we go?
Boy, sangrias are kicking in.
You know what? I didn't get into.
Good. I want more.
Well, maybe it's time to end the show.
Let's go.
We didn't get into all of the Gwyneth Paltrow talk. Why is she all this sex talk? She's like saying, how good Ben Affleck is at sex.
We got to get into that tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. So there's a whole pile of Gwyneth talking about Brad Pitt sexually and Ben Affleck sexually.
Gwyneth?
Yeah. I mean, this is obviously after she won her trial.
I'll read that.
You know, with the whole ski incident. All right, so we got to get into that tomorrow here on the MJ Morning Show. Folks, have a great day. I was very happy with today's show. I give today's show a good score.
All right, me too.
I thought it was I was entertained. Listen, if I'm entertained, then I assume that most of the audience is entertained.
Good assumption.
I think it's a good assumption. You know, if I think the show sucks, do most of the audience think the show sucks? I don't know.
Yeah, I've worked with you a long time. You never said, that show sucked today.
When it goes by fast, that means it's good.
Well, we don't have many really bad shows, you know. I think we're at the point in our career where we don't have too many crappy shows. All right, 9:49, we got to roll. We'll see you back here tomorrow. My email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. Hot tip, gossip, any good material for the show, send it mj@mjmorningshow.com. Roxanne, you're going to have the next Rock the Cash Box word in 11 minutes.
Yes, I am.
At 10 a.m., another shot for you to win $1,000 with Rock the Cash Box here on the MJ Morning Show. We'll see you tomorrow, folks. Oh, today is May 4th. May the 4th be with you. And tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo here on the MJ Morning Show. And let's be careful out there.